2026, and I'm calling this meeting to order for the city of Eastland. Please turn your cell phones off if you would, so we won't have any interruptions. We call this meeting to order. I have asked Larry to give the invocation this morning.
Let's pray. Father, we thank you so much for this city and this community and the people that are involved and the things that are going on. We're blessed in so many ways. We want to lift up to you Danny Brown's mother. We understand she's had a situation. He's on his way to be with her. We lift her up to you and be with Danny as he travels. Be with all of us, Father. Help us to continue to make this a great city. Guard, guide us, and direct us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. And Joe, to give the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Let's start with public comments on subjects not listed on the agenda. We have, I believe, 5 people that want to come forward and make a statement. Could we start with Sam Williams, please?
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. I like to think everyone knows me, but for anyone who may not, I'm Sam Williams. For a little background, my granddad, O.C. Williams, moved to Eastland County when my dad was still a boy. Most of you are likely familiar with the photograph made the day they opened the old brick cornerstone, and they pulled out a live horned toad. What you may not know is that the boy in the foreground of that photo is actually my wife's granddad, Richard May. So yeah, we have a history in Eastland. We love Eastland. We were married at the pastor's home in Carbon 46 years ago next month and chose to build our family and business in Eastland. Never wandering too far, all of our real estate holdings, with the exception of our Alaska cabin, are and have always been here. We are rooted in Eastland, and there are already 3 more generations of Williamses coming up behind us. And now this is where it gets hard. But someone has to stand up and say enough is enough. When I was a boy, my granddad used to tell me that imagination is the biggest nation on earth. That observation is clearly apparent in light of recent events that began to unfold in this very chamber. Yes, I've heard the rumors and the saber rattling coming from multiple camps, as has everyone in the area. What I've not seen is much evidence. However, I did not imagine what transpired here last month. I was present. It wasn't pretty. It was embarrassing to witness, and we should all be embarrassed. As they say, elections have consequences. The opportunity to fix this debacle presents itself in the form of the ballot box at the next election. This body should stop entertaining gossip and rumors and get on with the business you were elected to do. I challenge everyone to take a hard look in the mirror and seek insight from outside your own circle before judging others too harshly. Supporting, encouraging, and even enabling the witch hunts stemming from last month's meeting poorly represents the constituents that put you in those seats. I see that there's an item on tonight's agenda, item number 10, discussion of potential protocols for commission contact with the city attorney. I can only imagine what this is about, but if there's any truth to the rumors I've been hearing, this city will soon be spending our tax dollars either pursuing or defending lawsuits to settle the personal feuds between members of this body. Perhaps it's all coincidence and imagination, but I'm confident that Eastland taxpayers would rather see their tax dollars spent on worthy projects such as streets, parks, and airport improvements, rather than wasting resources chasing down hoodoos. When we consider the election process for City of Eastland Commissioners, I have to point out that I attempted to run in the most recent election for City Commission. I was denied a place on the ballot and deemed ineligible. I could get into the specifics now, but I'm sure everyone's already tired of hearing me talk. The evidence is in this folder. And given the opportunity to prove my case, I am certain that you will agree that I was overwhelmingly eligible to run. I don't know if I was barred by a person, a process, a pattern, or a conspiracy, but I implore this body to look at my evidence and be sure this never happens to anyone else. We should not be searching for ways to keep people off the council. We should be encouraging more people to run for a seat. I hope that recent events do not discourage good people. Eastland is a great place to live and serve. Our best days are ahead, and I see a bright future for Eastland. You have an opportunity to turn the tide and do the right thing for the voters who gave you that opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sam. Truett Hart.
Well, Commissioners, Lady Commissioner, I appreciate the opportunity to speak in front of you. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a very good spokesman, so bear with me. I get nervous and I might have to read most of this, but for those of y'all who don't know me, I'm Truett Hart. I've been in this town all my life. We have a great town. But right at the moment, it's not a great town. We've got a mess that we've got to fix. And that's one thing that I'll agree with Mr. Williams on, is that this has gone far enough. It's got to stop. It's got to stop now. And, you know, to that point, I went to a town hall meeting the other day, and some of the things that came out in that meeting were that we've gone through 6 city managers in the last 22 years. That's kind of not a great record. I mean, but when we've got one that's doing as good as or better than any of the ones we've had before, I feel like we need to leave them alone. Let them do their job. We've got a chief of police that is a decorated DPS officer that, you know, he commands respect everywhere he goes. And I think we need to leave him alone. These rumors and these allegations and all that have got to quit. They just got to go away. You know, I've got a bunch more here on this. I really hate to do this, but I'm going to have to call somebody out by name. Mr. Williamson, in your town hall, you repeatedly cited your separation from services when you were up on the fire department. You know, you declared in that meeting that you would not go after anyone and do anything that was done to you. But still, you come back and say that no one's safe in that meeting. I really don't get that. I mean, the whole city is the responsibility of the city manager. We can't. I just don't see how that's going to work. You know, when we look at all of that, I'm going to go on down here and skip over a little bit. But all of that said, I know that it's the norm of the city to evaluate all of the city commissioners, to evaluate the city manager. With all of the crap that's going on, I feel like that's not appropriate. It's very inappropriate. The ones that are new to the city council, I don't feel like they have a spot in that. They don't know what she's done in the last year. You can read reports, you can do whatever, but you haven't seen her work. All you're going on is what people have said. So that said, I had a few questions. I'm going to skip over those. But like I said, I'm a terrible speaker, and I'm sorry for rambling and being nervous, but we've got to stop this. I challenge every one of y'all to put all this BS behind, and let's get it straightened out, and let's go forward, and let's leave all of our people in place until there's a reason not to. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Kevin Wright?
Thank y'all for the opportunity to talk to y'all. I don't have anything written out. I've just got something on my heart that I want to talk to y'all about. It's been weighing on me. Last month's meeting, I got a call and said, you got to watch this. So I watched this thing. And having been elected to this body 2 times, I was embarrassed. I was totally embarrassed. And I understand how that can happen. Tempers get going, egos get in the way, and things get going. I understand that. But I know all of you personally, except Mr. Cameron, but I thought you were pretty good the other night. And I mean, I love all y'all. I mean, I do. I like every one of y'all. But that is not what we need in the city commission, is the defending and fighting back and forth and going on. Y'all can do better. Y'all have a privilege. Y'all have a great responsibility to this city. You know, I've made my home here, forego lots of money in other places to live here because I want to live in Eastland because I like what it is. Sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Sometimes you think it's broke, try to tweak it, you break it worse. I got a little experience with that, but we'll go with that another day. But I'm just telling y'all, y'all can do better. Y'all are good at, y'all know what you're doing. Y'all need to get along. No backbiting. No cell phone. No. But y'all can do better. I mean, I know what it's like being in y'all's position. And it is a big responsibility, and if you do your job right, it's a lot of work. It's a thankless job at sometimes. I mean, I don't have anything written down, I don't have anything, but it's pretty brief, but y'all can do better than you did last week. Y'all have to admit, I had people calling me from people that are from Eastland I hadn't seen in 20 years and said, what is going on in our home? What is going on? Said, one guy said, what did he say? It looks like I'm watching a YouTube on British Parliament. And that's really kind of how I felt. I was embarrassed, and I wanted to reach out to y'all personally, but I didn't want going to come. But then I said, no, I need to go. I just need to get it off my chest. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Terry Rose? Did I pronounce your last name right?
Yes.
Okay.
Most of you might know me. I'm owner of Outdoor Specialties. Been in business for over 30 years here. Been here my whole life. Born and raised here. And I'm not going to dwell on the past, and I think y'all shouldn't either. You know, Kevin, Truett, at the end of the day, we have to come together. Y'all have to talk amongst yourself, decide what's best for the city. You know, I'm one of the 5th largest taxpayer businesses in this town, out of 100 or more. Of course, you have your Walmart, number 1, and Tractor Supply, number 2. You know, and Joe, you never did send me that video, but I did find it today when I was at your town hall. And I was looking over it. And I don't know if I can ask y'all questions. Can I ask questions to y'all? Respond?
Just your statement,
Or
please.
just my statement?
We don't want to have a back and forth.
No. Joe, I'd really, you know, my statement, you know, I thought I could ask questions. So one day I want to find out, A, did you get fired or did you quit the fire department? Because in your statement, you say, you know, I'm not going to treat people like I was treated. You know, so one of these days I'd like to know that. And then you said you interviewed Mr. Hackney on everything. And that brings up what was brought up last week, or last meeting. And one day I'd like to talk to you about that openly too. You know, but me being here, citizen, my whole life, one of the top 5 taxpayers in this town, that goes to this town. You know, I'm like the other guys. Let's get it together. like you said, we don't have to be friends outside the store, but be friends in here. And that's everybody. That's with our chief of police, that's with the sheriff office, that's with Savannah. You know, that's everybody. And because it's kind of disappointing when people hear that you're bringing people all over the world to come buy a boat in Eastland. And it's all over town. I mean, it's all over the Facebook. It's all everywhere. You know, that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
And last is, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's Dashin Alsbrook.
Darren.
Darren, probably.
Oh, Darren.
Darren.
Yes, sir.
But you're pretty dashing.
I am.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't care about what happened before. I ain't gonna talk about that tonight. I've lived here my entire life. I went to school here. I was a Maverick. You know, the whole spiel. My job is community relations. I travel all over Texas to markets everywhere. And I want to highlight two people in this room specifically, because every time I go to another town, another city, I work with their police departments, their fire departments, their councils, city managers, everything. 9 times out of 10, when I go to another market, another city, and they ask me where I'm from, they immediately know where Eastland is. They immediately know about our community, and they've heard about it. Now, the cool thing is, and the reason I want to highlight these two people, is every time I go into these markets, I hear Savannah's name and I hear Chief Pitt's name. Almost every single time. And it's always positive. There are cities around Texas who are modeling themselves around the works that Savannah's done. There are police departments modeling themselves around what Chief Pitts has done. And Chief Strong over in Hamlet says that. But I think I could say thanks and highlight everybody on the commission. I could highlight everybody that works for the city, but there's only 2 people when I go out of town that are talked about right now. In Savannah, you get talked about a lot. People are very proud of what you do, and I'm proud of what you do.
Okay.
You're a city manager that we can actually approach. And honestly, all the time I've lived in this town, my whole life, I never felt like I could go to the city hall and say, hey, there's a pothole that needs fixed, and it gets fixed. Or go to the city manager and say, hey, there's something wrong, and not get ghosted. I mean, if you can't fix it, you at least tell me why it can't be fixed at this time and what we can do to get that fixed. And I've heard so many good stories about you, Chief Pitts, the work you've done to get predators off our streets, clean up our whole town. I can't say enough about the stories I've heard about what you've done, and I appreciate that a lot. I have a daughter in this community, and what you've done since you've taken over, you have made our town feel safe, and your officers have made our town feel safe without making us feel pressured. Like a lot of police departments can't say that. Like you don't hear any bad talk about the city of Eastland's police department. You really don't. You can go to towns all around us, and I think that's the best compliment I can give you, because nobody else is doing that.
We're striving to meet that standard.
So I appreciate what you two guys do. I mean, I appreciate what everybody does, but when I can go to another town and you guys are creating this life, I hope to see y'all far longer. So, thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would like to say something very shortly. First of all, I want to welcome each and every one of you for showing the interest in our city and how it operates and where we're going and what we're doing. And I want to thank you for engaging in the process here today. I encourage that. We want to hear from you. We want to hear about the goods and the bads and see what we can do to make it a better place in Eastland. My challenge to you is to consider the sacrifices that the people of this board are making every day without pay. It's a lot of pressure. I've been on the board for 1 year, And there were many, many things that were very important for the proper operation of the city, and to continue to stand up amongst other cities, like the comments that we've heard today about our police department excels, our city manager excels, our process, what we're doing here to excel. So I want to thank you for that and getting involved in the process. My last comment is we may not always agree. We all have our personal lives, our personal interests. Larry's beat me a couple times playing pickleball. I cannot compete with him, but I'm not going to dwell on that. When we walk in that door, we have a responsibility to this city to do the very best job that we can, put the personalities to the side, and simply work the process and do everything we can to make it better for the citizens of this town. And that's my goal. That's my challenge here. That means possibility of some change in looking at different processes where we may benefit the city. We just have lots of opportunities here. So thank you so much for being in the process, and consider at some point becoming a member of our board. We have a new member in Joe. Come and get on the board and bring your ideas. We want to engage those, but most of all, we want to work together to do the best job that we can for you. So please help us.
We want to introduce Hayden Dyke. Can Chief Brotman introduce Hayden?
Do what?
Chief Brotman to introduce Hayden?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You have the floor.
Yes.
Well, good evening, Mayor, Commission. Thank you for the opportunity. I'd like to, I'm kind of the new guy in the room. I haven't always been in Eastland, but my family is deeply rooted in Eastland. I have 2 grandbabies. I have a daughter that is a school teacher here in Eastland. So I do have a passion here for Eastland, and my commitment is to do what's best for Eastland. I know Eastland is a very strong knit community. So with that being said, I'd just like to bring a little bit of a twist and some positivity to the commission tonight. And I'd like to highlight one of our members, Mr. Hayden Dyke. Come on up here, Hayden. So Hayden is at Eastland graduate. He graduated Eastland High School, and he was trained at the fire department. He started volunteering, and the fire department trained him. And recently, Hayden went to TSTC in Abilene on his own, and he worked very hard, and he became EMT certified. So in the state of Texas, you have to be fire certified, and EMT to be a commissioned firefighter. Well, he's done that. He's put in the work, and he's done that, and I just commend him for that. And I wanted to formally introduce him and recognize him for all his hard work. Now, he's not dirty right now, but one thing I joke with Hayden pretty regularly is that he can walk in the back of the door of the fire station, and within 5 minutes he's dirty. That's because that's his work ethic. And I can ask him, give him a task, and I say, just get some time today, would you try to get this done? Well, in 5 minutes it's done. He said, what else you got? That's the kind of work ethic this young man has, and I would take 10 of them on the fire department if I could a day. But thank you, Hayden, for all the hard work you do, and we hope to have you around for a long time.
I had to go to Abilene to see a friend in the hospital, and I had a low tire, and I thought, maybe the fire department has air. And I pulled up there, I said, sure, just pull it in here in the back.
That's what we're about.
Took care of it. I appreciate it.
And he makes a great Sparky. He wears the costume well.
We'd like to recognize Tony tonight.
Tony is our planning director, and he's been with the city for 7 years, and we are sad to also recognize and say goodbye on the same note. Tony is going back to Mineral Wells to have great opportunities for his family and him. So I just want everybody to take a moment to tell Tony bye and thank you for everything he's done for the last 7 years.
Thank you, Tony.
I'm okay, I'm not that good. Hey, so I just want to take a couple seconds real quick. When I came here, I was really blessed with the opportunity to come to Eastland. For all of y'all that don't know me, my wife is Melanie Griffin. She belongs to Don and Jeannie Griffin, used to have Coates Furniture. I know I could probably do this, and half the room has probably been taught by Jeannie. I came here not really knowing what I was getting into, but it has blessed me beyond belief. Between my the employees that I work with, they are the best people that you will have in these roles that are here. I have worked with some real doozies, and everyone here, from the courts to the front window to all the guys that are out in the field to leadership here, they are really something special here. And the opportunities for Eastland are really starting to come here, and I just hope that I haven't done anything to make it worse. I hope it's done better while I've been here. And leaving is not really what I wanted to do, but the opportunity that I was given was just too good to pass up. They made me an offer I couldn't refuse. So, but I really hold Eastland in a very special place in my heart, and I always will. And my cell phone number is not changing. So if I can help anybody here in any way, I welcome you to call me, so I can help make Eastland a good place.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you for your service. Item number 4, approving the minutes of May 18th, 2026 meeting. Do I have a motion?
Before a motion, if I can make a comment,
Okay.
Commissioner Stewart requested some changes in your packet. Or in front of you, you should have a highlighted copy. Commissioner Williamson has added to that. There was an error with him missing. And then on page 2, there's a highlighted version that says the commissioners engaged in considerable discussion and deliberation prior to the vote. If willing by the commission, we would like to change that to the commissioners and some members of the public engaged in considerable discussion and deliberation prior to the vote. That was a recommended change by Commissioner Stewart, so please let me know your thoughts.
I'd recommend that you add the public individuals that spoke
to
that, just so we have a record of it.
Okay.
In addition to Shirley's pre-mentioned change.
Okay. We will make that note. And with that, if y'all are okay with approving that.
With that, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Tom, a second by Joe. Are there any comments or discussion? No? So let's vote on that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All against? Favor passes, motion passes, and we move forward. Thank you. Number 5, the financial report. Savannah's going to fill us in.
If I can find mine in your
She can find her
packet.
notes.
In front of you, you have the May 2026 finance report. Lindsay is not here tonight due to some extenuating circumstances. She's not able to be here. She has went through and made some different changes, so this is a little bit different than what you're used to seeing. There's a summary of the month's financial results on page, not the cover page, page 1, 2, and 3. And following that summary, then you have your sales tax revenue with the graph and the chart. So this month was $182,662. It's up from last year at the same time, and we're still up for the year by 6.82%. Following that, you have your debt service balance summary sheet, list it all out. Following that, you have bank balances. I know that that's hard to read, and if anybody has questions on that, I can provide a darker copy. The copier still doesn't like us. And then you have an accounts payable history check report following that. there's any questions that come up, you're more than welcome to ask or email me, and we'll get you answers after you review.
Is there a typo on the utility fund detail for the year-to-date
I
for
don't
administration?
have the detail in front of me, so I can find an answer. I'll have to look before I give you an answer. I'll look at the detail that she pulls it out of, and then we can provide that to all of you. I'll give it to all of you.
Thank you.
Are there any more discussion items here? Any more questions?
Looks like sales tax is still trending upward from what we've had in historical, so that's a good sign.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you.
Good.
You're welcome.
Good. Okay.
No action.
Mike, can you find that on the internet? Because it could be really helpful if it was up on the screen, or is the report on the internet?
The report is not on the internet. It's provided to the commission. If anybody in the public wants it, they can request it.
So
Did you say it is or isn't?
It's not on the internet. And then this is going to be Helen with the college. We'll just have to read that.
Okay. This right here?
Yes, sir.
Number 6, presentation and updating regarding the wall that heals. We have a presentation. Thank you for coming.
I have a statement I want to read and then enter into your official record, and then we have some goodies for you guys. So first I'd like to apologize for not showing up last month. I had to go out of town, and the person I asked to replace me had something else come up and just completely failed it. So today I would like to go ahead and read this. This is basically my after-action review. So this report outlines the outcomes and impact of the visit of the Vietnam Traveling Memorial Wall to Ranger College campus from April 23rd to April 26th, 2026. The success of this endeavor was made possible by the foundational support of the Eastland City Council. Your $6,000 investment provided the essential infrastructure and logistical framework required to host an event of this magnitude and cultural significance for our entire region. The funding provided by the City Council allowed the committee to host approximately 2,500 visitors over the 4-day period. While visitor counts were affected by STAR testing schedules limiting elementary school tours, this still represents a landmark surge in local activity, exceeding the attendance of any single Ranger event in recent memory. This influx of visitors brought unprecedented regional attention to the area, including extensive coverage from Abilene news media that highlighted the event on the nightly news, positioning Eastland County as a regional leader in veteran advocacy and engagement. A primary portion of Eastland's donation was allocated to the logistical necessities that ensured the comfort, safety, and navigation of our guests. Specifically, these funds were vital for the procurement of the necessary sanitation facilities and the implementation of a comprehensive signage system. Y'all bought our porta potties, thank you so much. These elements were foundational for managing the flow of several thousand visitors and ensuring the site met the high standards required for a national traveling memorial. The success of the event relied on massive mobilization of over 300 volunteers from across the county, with a significant number traveling from Eastland to serve. I know Coach Smith just handed out some coins to y'all. Many of y'all already have coins because you were volunteers there, and thank you so much. It's really moving for us to see those who served during the Wall's visit in 2017 stand up and volunteer again. I was a volunteer during that one. I keep saying I'm going to bring it to Cisco in 10 years. Your donation, the council's donation, supported the coordinated efforts to manage this workforce effectively. The volunteers served as the backbone of the event, providing site security and visitor assistance, an effort that could not have been organized without this dedicated foundational funding. The most poignant uses of the City of Eastland's funds is the creation of the highway directional signs and the dedicated biographical banner featuring the faces and biographies of the 6 Eastland County men whose names are etched upon the wall. The floral arrangements for our Missing Man ceremony and our Gold Star family ceremony were also purchased locally in Eastland. The highway signage ensured that the veterans and their families from across the state could easily find their way to the memorial. Furthermore, the tribute banner provided a localized heart to the National Memorial. This was beautiful. I don't know if y'all saw this, but we had pictures of our 6 Eastland County guys that are named on the wall and short little biographies. We published it in the newspaper as well, but we actually had a banner hanging up out there. Most of y'all probably saw it in the paper. and allowing neighbors to connect the global history of the Vietnam War to our specific county history. To ensure this impact lasts, we plan to put this banner in the time capsule Ranger College will plant in September for our 100th anniversary. These items were fundamental to the emotional and educational experience of the event, ensuring that the legacy of Eastland County's veterans were treated with respect and the highest level of dignity. The presence of the Vietnam Traveling Memorial Wall was more than a commemorative event. It was a demonstration of our community's capacity to host complex, high-impact regional gatherings. The specific contributions made possible by the Eastland City Commission were not merely supplements to the project. They were the logistical and emotional foundation of the entire effort. We look forward to seeing the names of our City Council partners on the permanent library plaque as a testament to this vital collaboration. Thank you for your commitment to honoring our veterans and to supporting this program.
Thank you very much.
And so we have a plaque for y'all as well.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to give these over here to Roma, and she can do the official business with them. Thank you, Roma. And if y'all have any questions about anything we did during this, just, I'm here. Just let me
You did a
know.
good job.
Yeah, thank you for all you do.
Thank you. You got one left over. Does anybody not get a coin? This is for you guys. We've got a few coins. I'll take one. You got, okay, well, I thought you volunteered out there, Roma.
If you'll email it to me, that'd be great.
Oh, I can do it too. Thank but iron. They contributed these.
It's pretty heavy.
Great supporter. Again, even if you're a big supporter.
Thank you again. Moving forward, item number 7, presentation and update regarding the Centennial Fair at the Park. Would Nikita please fill us in?
My name is Nikita McBride, and I'm representing the Eastland Lions Club today. And first, I'll ask the line members that are also here with me to stand up so you guys know who I'm representing. We've got Bobby Blackwell. We've got Julie Elrod. We've got, y'all gotta stand, Julie. I have to stand, you have to stand. Jet Whittington and Darren also. I think that's all the line members here, right? I'm missing anybody. I got it all. Okay, so they're also here representing the Lions Club. Y'all don't have to stand the whole time with me unless you want to. And so we're doing a report on the Centennial Fair that we held at the Eastland Park on May 30th. It took, I guess I'll give you guys some results really quick. So we had anticipated, we had prepared for 500 in attendance. We were estimating that there was more than 600 in attendance. We were giving tickets out, and we ran out of tickets at noon, and we didn't actually finish the event until 1:30, and so we're roughing it around. I don't know where 600 people parked, but that wasn't I don't know where they parked, but we had that in attendance, and the event was a little bit under $5,000 to actually make this event happen. And that was because most of the organizations volunteered, or they gave us a very good discount to be there. And so what we really want to highlight is some of those sponsors that were there. And hopefully I don't miss anyone, but there is a banner up at the park right now on close to the pavilion that has these donors listed. And so I was just going to go ahead and read them off. Well, I guess before I do that, the progress that has been made at the Eastland Park, I know that obviously we're celebrating 100 years because there's a lot that's been done up there in 100 years, and I know that the Lions Club has been involved with the park since the beginning. But a year and a half ago, the Lions Club, the current club, came and presented something to the City Council, and we started with the pavilion, the Kenneth Chapman Pavilion. And we asked for funding from the City Council, we asked from the city, and from donors. That came through really fast, and so we got the pavilion up there really quick, and then we started with the playground. We came back to the City Council, and the city teamed up with us and trusted us to raise those funds. The pavilion was a little over $50,000. The playground was over $200,000. And we not only raised that $200,000, but we raised an additional $50,000 that made it where we could put the River of Life playground up there as well. So most people didn't even hear about that fundraising because the money was raised previously with the new playground. And so a lot has been done at the playground at our city park, and it's because people from different backgrounds, different histories. There's people on our club that we don't go to church together. We work in different companies, different organizations. We make different money amounts, different salaries, but we all come together like-minded, and that's for Eastland, for our families, for our friends, and most importantly for the children. The Lions Club is very focused on providing things for children of Eastland County, specifically Eastland, I guess, for our group. And so all of that was made possible because people work together. And so I appreciate the city council trusting us and working with us. And specifically on this event, we had the help of our fire department. And so we wanted to appreciate Sean and them. We wanted to appreciate Tim Pitts for helping us with parking. You probably know where people park. And then we also had Doug with the city pool. He helped us coordinate some things. And then specifically, Savannah was heavily involved. Larry was involved. And all of you guys, a lot of y'all were present and there and spreading the word. And so we just want to show appreciation for you guys working with us and helping us to make Eastland great. This event turned out great. So Barty Metals, big shout out to him. Not only, he cooked 500 burgers. His eyes were bloodshot by the time he was done. But they were delicious. Mays Meat Market, they gave us those burgers at a discount, so they're also on our list. Grandpa's Tool Shed, they donated the Duncan booth, and so that was great. And we had several people volunteer their time in the Duncan booth. Brandon Cheser, Mike Moloney. I should have wrote these people down. Oh, I do have the Duncan booth people down because we just weren't. There were some that were not on the Duncan booth, but we'll get them.
I'm just going to say that water felt really good.
Tom, yes.
It
was in there. It was refreshing. Who else did we have in there? Okay. Duncan Booth, yes, youth pastor Braden Reinhardt, and then Brandon Cheser was our principal. And then Jake was the one that kind of manned that for us. Not Jake, sorry, Darren manned that for us. I really appreciate that. So Duncan Booth went well. Blake Full and Water, Dodge and Chevy, First Financial Bank, Petroff Realty and Investment, Clint Coffee State Farm, Brandon's Dozer Service, AOT Recreation, and I'll stop there. Terry Rose is here, so I'm going to go ahead and just publicly appreciate him that he's done a lot to help make the things possible at the city park. And so he has given us discounted prices and has put his heart up there. And we've harassed him and bugged him a ton. I mean, if you're smart, you don't give me your cell phone number. But he's done a great job. Texas Farm Bureau, Bobby was there working hard. Big S Company, Texas, which is who I also represent, and that's Sam Williams and our family right there. Texas Sophia and the Wheelie King, Brian Sines, and the Wheelie King, Brian Jackson did an amazing job, and he donated. I mean, he was there the night before setting up and just did an amazing job and has a heart for Eastland County, so we just love having them there. E.T. and Carla Bradley they give to this, but they've given generously to a lot of every project that we've had. Studio 109 came over and they painted faces, cotton candy and popcorn. They had a giant line. They volunteered all that service. Walmart donated some funds. Risen Pizza or Bake Shop, they were out there giving cookies away. The City of Eastland, Eastland Fire Department, Eastland Inflatables, Eastland Majestic Theater, Country Villa of Eastland, and Lake Leon Baptist Church, Ranger Animal Shelter, Whataburger, CASA, Cornerstone Community Action Agency, River of Life, the Eastland County Crisis Center, and the Eastland County Child Welfare Board were all present. And then I don't know if y'all were there, but Lacey Hayes and her mom and her sister sang the national anthem, and they did a beautiful job. And then Judge Holland did our dedication for that. And so it turned out really good. And I really appreciate everything that y'all do. And if you want to get involved in Eastland more in a volunteer position, because I understand this board is filled right now for another year, you're more than welcome and encouraged to join the Lions Club. We'd love to have you.
Thank you.
I have one question. I heard that Tom Cameron got dumped 10 times. Could you verify that number?
Only 10?
Nah, I think it was like 6.
6?
And I do want to shout out to Darren because I saw Chief Pitts kind of easing his way over, and he was going to kind of lean on the thing. Darren blocked it.
He protected you.
He protected me.
That's great, Darren. So Nikita.
Nikita.
I would like to say, because I've been involved with them for a lot of their projects, and it's about Eastland, the community, and all the people involved. But I believe I can say that if it wasn't for the Lions Club, none of that would have happened. We thank you.
I'd like to say one more thing, if I may.
You bet.
You know, many of you don't know me. You may know that or if you do, you know I'm the guy from California. You know, hold it against me, don't hold it against me. What I will say is a couple things. When my wife and I moved here almost 5 years ago, this became home. This was home. And what was interesting is the global CEO of the company I work for made a comment. He goes, I've never seen anybody adapt to a community that you knew nobody in as quickly as you have. And honestly, that's because this is home and we didn't know it till we got here. And being part of what went on at the Centennial Fair at the park and seeing the families, seeing the kids, seeing the engagement of all the organizations that do business here or live here or come back here because this is where their heart is, this is where their home is, was so fulfilling and so heartwarming. And honestly, it's a blessing and it's a pleasure. And I got to say that this is what makes this community special. And I'm blessed, and my wife and I are blessed to be part of it and to be welcomed into it. And y'all did an amazing job. And the city's participation in that, it all came together beautifully. Even the people that came out on the sidewalk and cheered those in the 5K running along and just waved and said hello and handed out water and cheer. You know, we had the cheer squads, but we even had residents just standing on the sidewalk. That's what this is about. So I just want to thank y'all for putting this on and letting me be part of it.
Thank you. Okay, that's a hard act to follow. I might say that the park is, have y'all been up there lately to see how nice that looks? And the River of Life, when they contributed the other set, wow. And I travel around the state quite a bit, and I look at different cities that have their parks, and we rank right up there in the top.
They estimated that playground at a $200,000 playground.
Yes.
That River of Life donated.
Yeah.
And then to move it was about move it and put it on a concrete pad was $26,000. And so that was there's a lot of money sitting up at that park.
Yes. Well, thank you very much. Item number 8, public hearings regarding determining whether or not buildings and or structures on the following properties meet the minimum standards for buildings and structures in the city of Eastland. Brent, could you address us?
Mayor, if you'll let me, I'm going to get to that, but I would like to ask this commission and everybody here, everybody knows that police and firemen always give each other a hard time. We always have. And that is just a running joke, and we love doing it. However, Odessa has lost a 29-year-old fireman in a fire yesterday, and that hurts all of us in first responding. His name is Lieutenant, I'm going to butcher that, it's hard to say, but 29 years old, 9 years on the job, I think. It's a very sad thing, so I would like to ask this community to please pray for that fireman and pray for his family and pray for the men and women that work with him.
Chief.
Anybody that knows me knows that
there were 2 other injuries, yes, significant injuries with that also. Their families are affected. Thank you.
Yes.
Was it all in a fire? I mean, from the fire?
Yeah. There's a trailer house fire. 3 went. It was a bad one. Having said that, extreme ownership is something that I believe in as one of the number 1 virtues of a good leader. And having said that, I will tell this commission that I'm sorry for not being able to bring the first two properties to y'all last month. I messed up, made a mistake, didn't find a typo. However, we've corrected that typo, and we're going to bring those properties to you first off this month. there is a silver lining to that. Because we had a little more time with it, we got an administrative warrant. Brent was able to collect more evidence on these two properties that are going to be shown to you today. So I'm going to turn this over to Brent. Again, I apologize, but here are the two properties we didn't bring to you last month.
Thank you, Chief.
This first property is located at 806 West Plummer Street. The city staff started working the structure as a dangerous building in March of 2026. The building was in a state of dilapidation because the roof had been compromised. I requested an administrative search warrant to check the inside of the building for health and safety violations. The search warrant was granted by the municipal court judge. I entered the building on the authority of the search warrant and found inside to be in a severe state of disrepair. As you can see in the pictures, inside I found the roof and ceiling to be falling in. There was mold and mildew present on the walls and ceilings and what appeared to be human feces. The building was not secured from outside elements. As you can see on the picture on the left, it's hard to see because I had the light coming in, but that was hanging down. There's patches of black mold and mildew there, and you can see in the picture on the right some animal droppings and stuff like that on the floor. Also, the picture on the right, you can see water damage to the ceiling because the roof is not secured, and you can see the beginning phases of mold and mildew forming on the ceiling. The second building that I'm bringing to you today is 808 West Plummer. It's right next door. The city staff started working this structure as a dangerous building in February of 2026. The building also was in a state of dilapidation because the roof had been compromised, the windows were broken or missing. As you can see on the picture on the left, there is no window, and when I first approached this building back in April, that's how I found it. I requested an administrative search warrant on this building as well to check the inside of the building for health and safety violations. The search warrant was granted by the municipal court judge. I entered the building by the authority of the search warrant and found the inside to be in severe state of disrepair because of neglect as well. Inside I found the roof and ceiling and to be falling in. I found also the walls were falling down. The integrity of the floor was compromised in several areas because of the introduction of water. As you can see on the right, that area right there, you can kind of see my foot, but when I stepped on that the first time, you could kind of feel the floor give away because of the moisture. There was mold and mildew present on the walls and ceiling, and the building was not secured from outside elements. There are two outbuildings on this property. This one here is a tin building. It's not secured from the outside elements, and in the building, the owner uses it just to store supplies. The other building is classified as a dangerous building as well. The integrity of the building was compromised because the roof was not secured from the outside elements. On the inside, I found a window broken and the ceiling collapsing. There was also a strong odor of mold and mildew in the air. The third building is right next door to those two. It's 810 West Plummer. The city staff started working on this structure as a dangerous building in April of 26. The staff noticed the roof of the building had been compromised when the tin from the roof blew into the neighbor's tree during a storm. The owner attempted to repair by placing a plastic tarp over the exposed wood of the roof. And you can kind of see the tarp hanging off on the right picture. And we'll go to the next one. As you can see on the left picture up in the top of that tree, that's the tin from the roof from that house. The owner attempted to repair it by placing a plastic tarp over the exposed wood of the roof. The tarp didn't last long due to the wind and again exposed the roof, wood roof deck to the weather and elements. Long exposure to the weather elements could allow for the formation of mold and mildew to enter the building and cause health and safety issues in the future. The fourth building.
Can I ask a question real quick? The first two buildings belong to the same,
Yes, ma'am.
same owners, but this last one is
Michael
not,
Tucker.
right?
Yeah, Michael Tucker's a different one. So, I don't know if I should say that.
This is public information.
Sorry. The fourth building is owned by Michael David Milliken, 200 West North Mulberry Street. The city staff started working this structure as a dangerous building in August of 25. The building's floor was compromised. Let me go back one. Right there. Was compromised because there wasn't any underpinning to prevent moisture from settling on the building and causing decay. If you look at the picture on the right, you can see right around where that floor area is, that wood is compromised because of the moisture. And I'll show you in some next pictures what I was looking at from the outside. I spoke with the owner who advised me he wanted to show me what he'd been doing on the inside of the building. I met him there and asked him on camera if he was allowing me to enter the building, and he stated yes, he was. While walking to the door, I observed several places that had been compromised because of water. And you can see the picture on the right where the wood is failing. Once inside the building, I saw he had started removing some of the floor that had been compromised by moisture. Also, I observed the building ceiling to be collapsing and an area of water damage on another area of the ceiling. I observed the building unsecured to weather and vermin versus. As you can see in this picture, he started removing the compromised floor from all the moisture. The picture on the right is the decking he's removed, and you can see the water damage. And that's the side that he removed from where that wall was. You can go to the next picture. And that's it.
Do you have recommendations on each
Yes,
one of these?
ma'am. On the first two,
That's the public hearing, we'll go to the next one.
Oh, all right.
on the first two, city staff is recommending full demolition. On the third, Michael Tucker, the city's recommending he fix his roof, and in one of the pictures on the carport, he's got a bunch of junk and debris and a lot of old tires. We're recommending he clean that up. And the third one, Mr. Milliken, we're just recommending that he secure and repair the building.
Okay.
There's no action, we'll just close the public hearing.
No action.
No action, we'll just close the public hearing and then we'll go on to do that.
There is no action, so we're going to close and go to the public hearing on item number 9. The Board of City Commissioners may discuss and take action on the following agenda items. Number 1, discussion and consideration regarding taking action on the cases from the public hearing. A, Daniel Martinez / Bonita and Yolanda Martinez, Eastland, Texas, 806 West Plummer Street, East 106 and 14 and 16 and 18 block, 33 Doherty Edition, City of Eastland is the property. So what actions have been taken?
So based on the recommendation from code enforcement, I'd make the recommendation that we demolish the building, or make a motion that we demolish the building.
You can give us a certain amount of days.
What would you recommend?
He's here to speak on behalf of the two buildings.
Yeah.
I would
Ask the
recommend.
owner if he has anything to say, probably.
It should happen at a public hearing.
If he wants to speak.
Yes. Are you the owner?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you approach?
I just want to say if y'all could give us 120 days and we can fix up all the houses. Yep. all the mold, all the windows. We can do that.
Okay.
How long have you had that?
We can't go over 90 days.
I don't know.
Right. And what I want to make a point here is that, I don't know how long you've owned the property, but where this property is, all three of these are located on their own plumber, but they're right there on Ammerman, which is right next to the high school, and lots of kids are traveling there. This property's been in disrepair for a long time, and I personally don't want to go over 60 days, but that's that gets them, I wrote it down, we're thinking it'll be, August 15th, if you go 60 days from today, is August 16th, and school probably starts about that time. So that, if we talk about days, that's my 2 cents worth on that, because of the location of all three of these properties. They need to be cleaned up now.
We're asking for them to be demolished. Right?
Whatever we do to them, make them safe, whatever the recommendation is, whether it's boarding up windows, get ceiling fit, they need to be demolished, I don't doubt that. But whatever the recommendation is, needs to be done in 60 days. That's we haven't really talked about what needs to be done on each one of these yet, or what the recommendation on each one individually is, but I believe 60 days is the maximum. You've owned this property for how long?
For 20, but we haven't been in 10. We've only been here 8 years already, because we were in Houston, so we couldn't come all the way over here.
I understand. That property's been a horrible piece of property for a long time, and that's 60 days to me, the maximum. If it needs to be torn down, it needs to be torn down in 60 days.
Who's responsible for the financial burden if it's demolished?
The owner. Well, as much as I hate to see any type of building structure torn down, because I'm sure there's memories in each of them, I think we've seen that this is proven to be a dangerous building, both of these actually, but we're on the first one here, so at 806 West Plummer. So based on the recommendation of code enforcement, I would propose and make a motion that we give you 60 days to demolish and remove that building.
I'll second.
Go ahead.
I'll second that.
First, second is
Shirley.
Comments and discussion?
So you're wanting to repair it to bring it back to occupiable status, or you're just intending to try to attempt to secure it to satisfy the code?
Yes, sir. Well, my dad wants to do right now, what we're doing, we're fixing I think it was a 806 half, the one in the back. Right now, we're fixing the outside, the wetness. We already did a seat rip down and clean everything up. And I think he's doing the back wall that's exposed as well on the side. We're doing that right now. Yeah. Yes, sir.
So it's your opinion you can rehab it to be occupied again?
Yes, sir.
Just mold alone is going to take quite some time to get rid of mold. I mean,
And it's quite expensive.
Do we believe this building could be done properly in 60 days?
I was going to ask.
Okay, that's fine.
In your opinion, do you believe that a building is rehabitable?
It is, but the mold eradication is very, very it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of expense if you do it right. They've got to seal that whole structure off, and they've got to go in and they've got to completely spray everything in there, and it takes time and expense.
Commissioner, I looked at this property personally, both of these properties, I believe they are public danger. One of them had human feces in it, the others, there was a snake behind it, it's piled up with trash, it's right beside our school. I do not believe these buildings could be made habitable without being torn down and starting over.
Thank you.
Okay. We have a motion in place. And a second. Yes. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Favor passes. Motion is passed. Item number, that was A and B.
That was A.
Okay. Number B, Daniel Martinez, Benito and Yolanda Martinez of Eastland, Texas, 808 West Plummer Street, East 106, 14, 16, and 18 block. 33 Doherty Edition, City of Eastland. Sir?
That one, same thing. We're working on it right now as well. And that one, we're thinking about taking everything down, all the buildings, just leaving the whole skeletal and just start all over again. Yes, sir.
Any recommendations on this?
Again,
Demolish?
the-
Demolish?
The mold and mildew was just overpowering while I was in there. I could feel it in my eyes, in my nose, in my respiration. I just think it's too cost prohibitive to do the mold eradication. To do it right.
Yes.
It's just too cost prohibitive.
Okay.
Thank you.
In my opinion.
So I'll repeat the previous motion as well and have it applied to 808, that it be demolished within 60 days.
Okay.
60 days.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'll
Do we have a
second.
second? And Larry seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? And the favor passes. So, next is number C. Michael Tucker, Eastland, Texas, 810 West Plummer Street, W44 of 14 and 16 and 18 block, 33 Dowdy Edition, City of Eastland. This is a new property.
This is a new property. I haven't worked this one yet. This is the first time presented, or even
Okay.
Based on your slides, though, your recommendation was to secure and repair, correct?
Yes, sir. But I've talked to Mr. Tucker, and he's very hard to get a hold of. He doesn't accept most of our mail. I was able to catch him at the residence one time, and he's wanting to get rid of the property, sell it as cheap as he can, and get out of here. So, but my recommendation is to secure the roof, to make sure we don't have any future health and safety issues, and clean the property up.
And there's nobody here from that property, correct?
Correct.
What?
Go ahead.
How much time would you recommend for that? 60, 90 days?
I would give him 30 days.
Okay.
Just because he's so hard to get a hold of and he's so flaggy. And I will do my darndest to track him down.
Good, good.
All right.
So do we have a motion?
I recommend this, just to secure the building,
Secure the roof.
and you said clean it up.
Yeah,
Secure
my
and repair.
pictures didn't do it any justice because I was taking my pictures early in the morning, the sun was in front of me. But if you'll drive up that drive going to the high school and look at that one building, the junk and debris under that carport is pretty horrendous. And
Secure, repair, and clean up the building, you got 30 days to do it.
Yes, sir.
That's my motion.
what I would
That's
I'll
the
second.
property at 810 West Plummer.
I'll second.
Good. Tom seconds that motion. Comments?
Is that the property going up to the
Yeah,
hospital?
on the corner.
On the left?
the red house.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it forever.
Okay. Okay. Let's vote on this. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Favor wins. We move to the next item, D. It's Michael Daniel McMillan, Eastland, Texas, 200 North Mulberry Street, 3 Block C, 3 OT, City of Eastland.
And your recommendation on that was to secure and repair as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
And do you have a recommendation on timing?
60 days.
Okay.
And I can get with Mr. Miller.
I'll make a motion that the property at 200 North Mulberry Street is to be secured and repaired within 60 days per
Second.
code enforcement's recommendation.
Second.
Tom's motion, Joe seconds. Comments and discussions? Good vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Favor wins. Moving forward. Item number 2. Discussion and consideration of a request by Ranger and Cisco College for hotel motel tax event funds for scholarships or sponsorships of the 7th annual Ranger Roundup Volleyball Tournament. Do we have?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hi.
And would you identify yourself?
Nicole Smith, the head volleyball coach at Ranger College. And July will make 10 years that I've been at Ranger. We started, this would be the 7th year of hosting this tournament. Pretty excited. I'd probably come in here and say it every year that I'm excited, but this year's tournament, we actually have a team coming from Yuma, Arizona, and we have a team coming from Winter Haven, Florida. So one of them's traveling 1,226 miles, one is traveling 1,065 miles from their campuses to here. We have Eastland coming out of Dallas. That's a 3-time national champion. If they end up winning it this year, they would be the first in the history of NJCAA volleyball to go 4 years in a row. So pretty excited about having them in our gym. And then we have Callie coming out of Kansas, who is the 23 and 24 undefeated national champion. They finished 4th in 2025. So we're really excited about the tournament. We have 3 overall teams from Kansas, Florida, Arizona, and then 3 Dallas plus us in Cisco. So I think we've really grown and like made our area where people want to come here. And we'll use about 120 hotel rooms, approximate, depending, bus drivers, stuff like that, if they have male coaches, whatever, and however many they put per team, but probably 120. And then you're also the restaurants in between, well, our one restaurant that we have in Ranger. I mean, depending if you get Subway, you know, we have the golf burgers. And then most of them, the Best Western and La Quinta are going to be where we recommend, and then overflow would probably go to the Eastland Historic Hotel, which would be our recommendation to anyone. So,
are there hotels, motels in Cisco?
No.
None?
I mean,
Not that you probably want to
I mean, aren't there?
I mean, there are some, but
Some
not
that
that,
are.
not, we want people to come back, so I would prefer.
Well, no, I mean, at one time I was told there was one motel over there that was really nice.
Oh, I'm not sure. We actually had a recruit come in, and I'm not bashing. They stayed at the hotel in Ranger off the highway, and they said the dad just said it looked like something bad had happened in the room. And I said if I would have known I would have recommended Eastland.
So, if I may, Nicole has stated that your grand total on the packet that they are requesting is the $9,990. This is something that the city has done every year out of hotel motel funds. They do not charge an entry fee if we have provided that grand total amount, and we've done that in the past every year. They don't charge an entry fee, and if they do have concessions, any of that money goes to their banquet, and they turn around and they rent the lumberyard for their banquet at the end of the year. So all this money continues to come back to Eastland.
It sounds like to me the heads and the beds is going to be great.
Yes, sir.
So.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what we've done in the past?
Last year it was the $8,600 and something, but it went up this year because of
The referees
charges.
They want more money. Imagine that.
I don't have a problem with funding it, but on the other hand, it seems like since none of the games are here in Eastland, they're in Cisco and they're in Ranger, that it wouldn't hurt to ask them for a little bit because they're going to benefit from these teams eating in your town.
Okay, all of them eat here, pretty much.
Pardon me?
All of them eat in Eastland, pretty much.
They do meal deals or
Yeah.
things like that in Eastland.
Yes.
They provide meal deals for their students to come back and eat here.
Yeah.
But that's up to the commission.
Okay. But you don't ask Cisco or or Ranger for anything, right?
No, we have not.
Huh.
We have not.
It's up to the commission.
Well, I think we've been a solid supporter of it in the past. We've seen success with it. It's nice to see it growing. I think, as you stated, we're going to have quite a few rooms booked out. And then with the meal deals that you do that bring everybody back into town to eat, I think there's a lot of benefit for that. So I'd
Are
like
you
to.
able to come up with a report on about how many people stuck here and that sort of thing?
Yes, ma'am, I can do that.
I just think we need to
Yeah,
make
no,
sure
I
that
agree.
we're benefiting.
Absolutely.
Because that's not
Yeah.
a drop in the bucket.
No, I was actually going to include that in the
Yeah.
motion. But based on the historical success of this and continuing to support, Larry?
The amount is actually 9,900, not 9,990.
No, it's 99.90.
What happened?
It's 99.90. When she divided that by 2, that was what happened.
Yeah.
She left the $90 off.
So the grand total is correct, the split total is
Correct.
Split is
If
wrong.
if that number is supposed to add up to what's on here, I beg to differ.
Oh, I'm saying it's backwards. Hold on. I see. Sorry.
There's a 6, there's a 4, and that makes that a big one.
I believe you.
Not a big deal, I just want to give an extra $90.
It's 9,900.
That was your kickback. I'm sorry.
I wish.
All right.
It's 9,900 based on your totals.
Larry, thank you for that correction.
Clarification.
So based on that and the historical significance of this and Scenic Row, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the 9,900 and Hotel Motel to support this event on the condition that when you wrap up, you come back and give a report on the success of it and the attendance and what you believe the contribution was back to the community.
Either a report or $9,900.
Yeah, one or the other.
I'll come back with it.
I second.
And you can add the 90 as interest.
Is that your motion?
Yes, sir.
I
Tom's
second that
motion, Larry seconds. Any comments or discussions on that?
We would love to invite everyone. It's the 28th and 29th of August, and it'll be at Cisco College and at Ranger College.
So you get in free.
Yes, sir. That was a, that was,
Yeah.
that was a, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes. Let's have a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Favor passes. Good job. We look forward to this. Executive session pursuant of section 551.072 of the Texas Government Code to deliberate on the purchase, exchange, lease, and/or value of real property associated with the prospective economic development project presented by the Eastland Economic Development Board. It is 7:17. We will adjourn for private session and be back. No worries. I'd like to call back the regular session. We're at about 8:33, 34?
7:37.
Is it 7?
7:32.
7:32. No longer can hear or see. So, number 4. Discussion and consideration of the action resulting from the executive session.
So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the Economic Development Board to submit a letter of intent for real property purchase.
Good. Second. Have a second, and Larry seconds. Comments and discussions? None? Our vote, all in favor?
Aye.
All against? Favor passes. Good. Number 5, discussion and consideration to approve resolution 2026.10 designating authorized signatures.
No, this one's 10, sorry.
Wait, it's 10, it says 08?
Yes, so the agenda item says 08, but your resolution is 2026-10. Sorry for the confusion.
Yeah.
I told
Sure, go ahead.
the mayor that prior to.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
All this is identifying Larry Vernon as treasurer, Tom Cameron as assistant treasurer, Joe Williamson as assistant treasurer, Savannah Fortenberry as city manager, Roma Hawley as city secretary. Those names listed are, or will be on the signature card to sign for checks. That also removes Michael J. Hatney and Shirley Stewart as their positions changed.
yes.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 2026-10, authorizing an amendment to the signature card as filed at First Financial Bank of Eastland, Texas.
And do we have a second?
I'll second.
Good.
Who seconded?
Sorry. Comments and discussions on that? Okay, vote, all in favor?
Aye.
All against? Ayes pass. Move to item number 6. Discussion and consideration to accept the resignation of Bucky Williams from the Eastland Youth Sports Advisory Board effective immediately.
I'll make a motion to accept the resignation of Bucky Williams from the Eastland Youth Sports Advisory Board effective immediately.
I'll second.
Good comments and discussions?
Bucky has moved out of the area. That's why he has resigned.
Have they got a replacement yet?
Not yet. They're working on that, yes.
Good. The vote, all in favor?
Aye.
All against? Ayes pass. Thank you. Item number 7. Number 7 is discussion and consideration of Texas Water Development Board applications. Affidavit. I think you were going to speak.
Yes,
to this.
I am. So 7, 8, and 9 are all required forms that Texas Water Development Board is needing us to submit. We are currently applying for the Water supply and infrastructure grant. This grant rolled out under House Bill 500. This is 100% grant funding for eligible water supply and water infrastructure projects. This is no match to the city, up to $10 million. So the intent with this is to replace pump and control valves at the high service pump station out on the interstate, valve and piping replacement at the pump station itself, repair and recoat the pump station, building improvements and rehabbing the pump station, and then the pump line finishing from East Main Street back to the high service. So where we're stopping on the current Texas Water Development Board project right there by, it's Texadelphia now. It's going back towards the high service pump station. So that's what this is, and this is due by July 30th. So these next 3 items are all required forms that Texas Water Development Board is requiring entities to submit.
And you said it's 100% funded?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Great.
Up to $10 million.
We'll take it all.
I agree.
Yes. Yes. Do we have a motion on item number 7?
I'll make a motion to approve the Texas Water Development Board application affidavit.
And a second?
I'll second.
Good. Comments and discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All against? Ayes pass. Motion passed. Number 8. Discussion and consideration of Texas Water Development Board application filing and authorization representative resolution.
So this is, again, the same thing. It's not to exceed $10 million for water system improvements funded through TWDB WSIG program.
Good. Do we have a motion?
I'll continue to make the motion on this. I'll make a motion to approve the Texas Water Development Board application filing and authorize representative resolution.
A second.
Good. Comments and discussion? Votes? All in favor?
Aye.
All against? In favor passes. Okay, item number 9, discussion and consideration Texas Water Development Board application resolution certificate of secretary.
I have a question on this. How can we approve this when it's not really it's not filled out? I mean, it's got to be notarized and signed, and are we approving the form?
You're approving, yes, that the commission, and it's going to say who voted for, who voted against to submit.
So it's actually just the form that we're
correct
approving.
This goes with the application.
Okay. So it is just the form.
And everybody has to have a record vote.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the Texas Water Development Board application resolution certificate of secretary.
Good. Good.
Second.
Okay. Joe seconds. Comments? Discussion? Or vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All against? 3. All against?
Larry, did you
Everybody.
vote?
Are we supposed to be asked and say?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
The record vote.
Record
Not for.
Okay.
Form.
4.
4.
Okay.
Good. Motion is passed. Number 9. Are we still doing 10?
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Discussion and potential protocols for commission contacts with city attorney.
So that's mine. I put it on there because I have a concern. And Sam, you mentioned it in your in what you presented earlier. And I think that the commission needs to formalize what our protocols are going to be for contacting the city attorney. And the reason this is a concern is I witnessed a quote-unquote private meeting with the city attorney a couple weeks ago between Mayor Hackney and the city attorney. And it's concerning because it is, although it's allowed, it is something that has never happened in this commission or with the city based on the recollection of the attorney, because I have asked her.
Well, can I back you up a minute?
The recollection of the attorney?
Yes, sir.
We have had in the past we used to have a city attorney present at every meeting, which was not a bad thing because she was here to oversee all the legalities of what we were doing and not doing right. And it was very common for her to come to City Hall and to speak to one-on-one whoever needed to talk to her. So I don't see that that was anything out of the ordinary.
Yeah, well,
He had questions about some things that were going on at the time, and I don't see a reason that she shouldn't have been asked.
okay, so you knew about the meeting.
Not ahead of time, no.
My understanding was that you were supposed to be part of that meeting.
I was not here, no.
No, you declined to attend. Now, we can go back and we can call up the attorney and we can ask her and she can state what she knows. I want to preface here.
What difference does it
What
make?
difference does it make?
Well, what it makes
He
is
was not trying to get to find out anything other than what his rights were when it came to a complaint that was supposedly filed against him.
okay, but that would, if it's something against him personally, that would be for his own legal counsel, not city council.
That's not for you to say, Tom.
Well, it is because,
No, it's not.
okay, if we want to go back and look at the laws and the client attorney privilege.
And on top of that, it's supposed to take 2 city commissioners to request an item to be put on the agenda, not 1.
Well, it's on there. So do you want to not allow me to speak?
I told him I'd be glad to be the second.
Okay.
Okay. There we go.
Speak all
You
you
know,
want to.
In the opening of this meeting, we heard a lot of things about working together and about not having issues within the commission and working for the city. And I got to be honest, many of you even made a comment about how I presented myself at the last meeting. I'm not here to get in the sandbox and start kicking sand and causing fights. I am concerned that when I witness a private meeting between an individual on this commission and the city attorney, and to be honest, when I asked that, I was very aggressively told I had to leave and that I had no right to be there. That is concerning.
There was a private meeting that I had called and you were not invited, but you wouldn't leave. You just kept pursuing it, pushing it, that you had to be in the meeting.
No.
Yes, you did.
I walked in and I said, "Oh,
and
did
that
I
was
miss?"
witnessed by the city attorney.
It was.
Yeah, that you would not.
And my
leave.
question, not that I wouldn't leave. You might want to recheck with her on her recollection of that.
Oh, I've got it
So
in
you've
my head.
already
Just
talked to
good.
her?
I have talked to her.
See, well, what's the
What are
difference?
you talking to?
What is the
Okay,
difference?
so I did, in full transparency, I did call a meeting with the city attorney 2 days
I
later.
mean, what
Because my
what
concern
yeah,
is
what is the difference?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay, go.
Okay. My concern is the client attorney privilege is to this whole commission, not to one individual on this commission. So anything that's stated between that attorney and one individual is for the full commission to be aware of. Now, there were things that came up that I am not privy to because she advised Michael to go talk to his own attorney.
That's right.
But everything beyond that is privy to the whole commission. So my concern is if there was something that needed to be discussed that related to the city and related to the commission, why wasn't there an executive session called for the whole commission to participate in that discussion?
Maybe.
Why was, you asked me to say something, so I am.
Well, just keep
Would
going.
you lower your voice a little bit?
Okay, I can. I wasn't where I was escalating.
You are.
So I apologize. Okay. So again, if there was something that needed to be discussed that was related to the city, this whole commission have a right to be part of that discussion. And that conversation should have been held in executive session. I did call that meeting because I was concerned about what was being stated and because of the fact that it wasn't made aware to the full commission and because of the aggressive nature at which I was told to leave the meeting, which I did gracefully when told to. So again, we can get into a discussion here if you want. I don't think this is the forum for it. My purpose of this is that we need to set a policy for how that goes about. And if you look at Texas law, you look at Texas standards, which I have done, it is irregular for an individual commissioner or mayor to call a private meeting with a city attorney.
Well, I don't think anything was done that was supposed to be in any way negative acting towards our commission. I think he probably just had some direct questions concerning him alone.
Is there a motion here?
No, there is no motion.
Well, let me say something about this, because what bothers me is while we talk about the commission, it is inappropriate, in my opinion, to do anything without the city manager's involvement.
Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. She was excluded from that meeting as well.
That's my concern. If Michael J. or any of us want to go talk to the attorney, our city manager should be a part of that and know that we're doing it. If I have a problem with the city manager and I want to talk to the attorney about that, then I think all the commission needs to have that discussion
Have you
together.
not had meetings before with the city attorney and the city commission? I mean, the city attorney and the city manager, just the three of you?
I have had, yes, I've had those, yeah. I've always, anything I've done as mayor in the 22 years on this commission, the city manager has always known about and been involved in.
Then maybe he should have contacted Savannah and asked
That's
her
my
to
only,
join.
because I mean,
Well, my understanding was
That's the only
Savannah was
thing, but I
told
don't
not to
think
be there.
The whole commissioner needed to have been there.
Okay, but at least the city manager, which she was told she could not be there.
that would be my point of this whole deal is the city, we should be doing nothing without the city manager's involvement. Because this is her city to run, we've hired her to run it, she's under contract to do that, and that's my problem with that deal. If somebody needs to go talk to the city attorney, that's one thing, but they don't do anything without the city manager's knowledge of that discussion and what's going on.
Well, I think probably the city manager should have been involved. I think probably in his defense, he wasn't aware of that.
Did he ask the city manager?
No, I don't guess so. I don't know. I don't know.
That's your first discussion, in my opinion. Any of us is
But I don't think it had to involve all of us.
Oh, I agree 100%. He doesn't have to tell us. He talks to the city manager and, hey, I've got this problem. What do we do? She said, let's get the attorney on the phone and ask him.
Okay. So to answer your question, the city attorney did ask Michael about Savannah being present, and the response was he did not want Savannah present
And
at
that's
that
your
meeting.
own private conversation with the city attorney.
Which I can
So
disclose.
you're just,
I'm more than happy to get the city attorney in. No.
Interesting how you have all of this information that you went to the city attorney.
I did.
Yes. Yet you're
Did
saying
you
that
talk
I
to
shouldn't.
her in front of Savannah?
I let Savannah know I was going to be.
You let her know, but
No,
was
no.
she in attendance?
Okay.
Was she in attendance?
She was traveling at the time and could not be there.
So she was
But
not
she
in
was aware of the conversation, and we gave a full report back to Savannah about that conversation.
Let me go on record and say that I don't like attorneys. I don't like to pay them money because they charge us every time we talk to them. No offense, Matt. No offense.
I can hear you.
Well, we used to have no problems as long as Lois was here in attendance at every meeting.
Well, I don't want to pay an attorney to come over here and pay her for 4 hours every day. Every time she comes over here, we don't need her. We can handle this business pretty well. If we've got a problem, we always put them on the phone.
Now, Larry answered my question. I was asking about the expense of having the attorney come here, travel expense, and I assume billing for the time taken versus a phone call.
Yes, ma'am.
But then the city attorney was here delivering information and documents to code people, so she was coming here anyway. You forgot to add that.
I didn't know that. I was here that day, and I didn't know that she was here to meet with anybody.
Yeah, but she was. So there was no expense to the city.
No, there was expense. Just like in honesty, there was expense to having our conversation with me, which we can discuss in a session if you wish to have that conversation.
Are there any other comments? We need to move along. Any other comments?
Good. Just that we need to set a policy.
Well, is there a motion here someplace? We
No,
need to set
it is not something
policy?
to set a motion, but it is something we need to discuss further.
Okay, number 10, manager's briefing, please.
Mayor,
City manager, I'm sorry.
Can I turn the floor over to Doug, our pool manager? He's going to give a recap of the pool 5K that we held real fast. And he's going to do that first.
Well, it'll be hard to follow that debacle. I'll try. Thank you, City Manager, Mayor, Commissioners. So, out of the 6 of you sitting there, 2 of you did participate in our Split Splash 5K Dash, which was my intuition 8 months ago. So this has been a work in progress and a passion of mine just to develop. So we had 89 runners, and we had 8 fun runners sign up for a total of 97 participants, which made us the 3rd largest race in Eastland County in our first year of existence.
Good.
We generated $2,030 in total revenue. We hired a company called Race Day Event Services. They charge us $1,000 to put on the race, and then they charge us $192.50 for electronic bib tracking, just to give tracking information. So with $1,192.50 in total cost, that left us $837.50 in revenue just from that portion. We also had 21 sponsors that donated a total of $5,700. And we didn't go after the big boys. We were told that the big boys were getting hammered by everybody right and left. So Tom donated. Little companies, Colt Midstream, we dug deep to find sponsors that wanted to be back on our shirts. And $5,700 later, they covered the cost of our race t-shirts, the course being certified for the next 10 years by the USA Track and Field, which is a major accomplishment. All the medals and trophies, and we've got nothing but praise over the medals and the quality of the trophies, of which one of my lifeguards was the overall male winner, Glenn McCleskey. He needs to be rewarded for that. The photography and drone footage, the sponsor tiles that we have at the pool that you need to come by and see. Most of you don't ever grace us with your presence. I challenge you to come to the pool. It's a great thing. Y'all are missing out on one of the best hidden secrets in the city of Eastland. So we bought protein snacks and things like that for the runners. But last but not least, with the revenue and the proceeds that we made, we were able to purchase 10 new Chase lounge chairs for the deck of the pool, which has added tremendously to the amount of people we can now sit at the pool. So when all was said and done, that left another $447.93 revenue for the pool. And all the race generated $1,285.43 in profit to the pool. We had 21 sponsors, from Petroff donating $1,000, Stanley Ford $1,000, all the way down to Brookshire's giving us a $150 gift card, to be honest with you, just to buy bananas and water and oranges and things like that. So let's just turn it over to the pool now. I spoke with you several times last year about the great success that we have with the pool. And this year we are just off to a rip-roaring start. Last month we were asked about whether or not Sunday was truly the slowest day of the year, and you said you questioned that. Mr. Mayor, you asked if we had a lifeguard shortage. We have neither a lifeguard shortage, and Sunday is by far our slowest day of the year. So last year, all told, we had 4,800 swimmers. After 2 weeks, we've had 1,140 swimmers the first week and 1,084 swimmers the second week. So we are just blowing the numbers through the roof. Last year, all told, we made $25,000 through admissions and the concession stand. After 2 weeks, we've made $11,600. So we're on track to about $50,000 this year. And a lot of that is based on the fact that we brought private birthday parties back. You can rent the pool. So we rented the pool 9 times in June so far, and we've grossed $1,450. We've already got it rented 6 times in July, once in August. The crazy thing is we sell pool memberships now, which give you the right to swim unlimited. You give us $125 or $100 or $75 or $50. We have sold $2,400 of pre-admissions. That's 800 admissions at $3 a cost. So this is money that we're generating just off the normal revenue stream. And just, you know how passionate I am about selling pizzas. Last year we sold almost 500. We're on track to sell 700 this summer.
Fantastic.
Doug does a great job. While I have Doug's attention, Doug is also going to be filling in the interim until we are able to complete the hiring process for planning director. At that point, if Doug wants to apply when that position is open, he can, or however we do that. So Doug is
working towards a certificate or anything?
If he's going to do it full time, then yes, but it's going to open up, and if he's willing, if he wants to apply, he has the opportunity to do so.
Yeah.
So I will.
Sam told me to stand up, so I was trying to speak.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was wanting to add to Doug and thank him. So I was at the 5K. It was an amazing run with some of you guys. I did not do the 5K. I did the fun run. I'm sorry. But it was amazing. And I do agree with you. The medal quality is amazing. But not only that, we have our family pool pass
And so we love that you guys started that. The pool, it has the upgrades that you guys have made are amazing. Y'all hosted our homeschool group Friday and went above and beyond to make everybody feel welcome. I think we had 66 in attendance to that. And then last Tuesday, my mom has COPD and has not swam in over 8 years. And with Doug's help, we got her in the pool for over an hour. and he just said he did a great job making us feel welcome. And so I just wanted to tell him thank you publicly. She's on oxygen, guys. We got an oxygen tank out there.
Okay, I'll continue with my report. Construction crews completed the work identified on the punch list that I mentioned last month. The street portion of the project will be finalized and closed out. The buyout program, this is underneath the GLO. So the buyout program is still open. The required paperwork has been submitted to GLO. There are 6 properties that will be removed through that program. Pending eligibility clearance, the city is prepared to begin procurement activities on July 6, 2026 with the following anticipated timeline. The properties currently listed on the buyout program are 714, 715, 716 North Seaman, 720, 722, and 723 North Seaman. This is all in floodway. And there is that timeline identified. The Texas Water Development Flood Infrastructure Fund, there currently the crew is working on asphalting the road where the line was laid next. We'll be installing the vault on the valve on Daughtery and Plummer and completing the tie-ins. So we're still waiting on the 2 property owners to get back with us to realign the pump line in a straighter manner than what was originally drawn up. This will require 2 easements to be adjusted. Once that's complete, then, like I said last month, we will schedule when that temporary interruption of service will be, and we'll notify all the public. TxDOT is still having delays with contractors, so we are still on the list, and that project is not kicked off yet, but as soon as it does, you'll have a new update.
Just a curiosity on that, is there any contingencies with them in regards to these delays? And
so TxDOT, this is their project, their funding, they're prioritizing. What Jordan did tell me was he did not want to come to Eastland and leave it like surrounding cities have been left when contractors just roll up and say they're done. So they're trying to make sure that theirs are taken care of before they come to Eastland and they can knock it out and not leave us with a mess.
We appreciate that.
Would that project have any address to the flooding at the corner of Commerce and Seaman that floods there?
So this project does not. This is more ADA accessible, but Jordan assured me that he was supposed to be looking into that. You're talking the corner of Billy's?
Yeah, Commerce and Seaman.
Yes, sir. Fire department, the new generator was installed and is operational. Chief Brightman is submitting grant applications for the SAFER grant, which is staffing for adequate fire and emergency response, as well as the AFG, which is an assistance to firefighter grant. If awarded, the SAFER grant will allow us to address staffing for the department, and the AFG will allow us to address the need for a new fire apparatus, replacing the existing 2006 engine. This aligns with the 5-year comprehensive plan prepared for by Chief Brightman when he came to the city of Eastland. He did an evaluation, and this is in his plan. Additional information, we are actively hiring for temporary summer help. Applications can be picked up at City Hall or online at eastlandtexas.gov. That is the end of my report.
Question?
Yes, sir.
On the 6 properties that we're doing the buyout on, how many owners is that?
2.
2 owners?
Yes, sir.
What is the continued construction around? What's the status of the construction there by the jail where the streets are torn up and blocked off and that kind of stuff? What's the status?
The jail is, they have a contractor that is building the new dispatch center, so that's while they're under construction.
So that street's all torn up, all that part of that construction?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I'd like to say thank you, Doug, for the imaginative marketing that is I appreciate that. The getting outside the box and figuring out how to push things forward and make it happen. Thank you.
Good. Item number 11, code compliance report. Chief Fitz.
On the code side of things for May, he began with 31 cases. He opened 15 cases. He closed 14. Total violations were 23. He closed 58. Just hitting the highlights on his annual notices. He did 15. What I've asked Brent to do now, I know this commission is interested, and Shirley has asked for this a couple of times. We want Brent to give us a report on the status of the cases that we've already got open.
Thank you.
These are all.
Which one do you want?
These are all the open cases that I presented in April and May. So you can see it's a pretty diverse part of the city. It's not all concentrated in a single area. This is 1405 West Commerce. The staff recommended repair and bring the building to minimum standards. The commission gave the owners 90 days to repair the building up to minimum standards. The follow-up is the owners have done little to repair the building. There's still a lot of work to be done. The owners still have 30 days to satisfy the commission's orders. This is 1504 West Main Street. Staff recommended full demolition of the building. Commission gave the owners 30 days to demolish all the buildings. The city staff has had no cooperation from the owners. Follow up, the city staff has reached out to 4 companies interested in doing the demolition. The city staff is waiting on all bids to be returned. This is 406 West North Ammerman. Staff recommends full demolition of the building. The commission gave the owners 30 days to demolish the building. Follow up, the owners appeared before the commission and asked for more time. The commission granted the owners 60 more days.
So that was from where? From when to when?
That's from last commission meeting.
For 60 more days after that?
Until July.
And has there been any movement on that one up to this point?
This is the house on 516 East Commerce. Staff recommends full demolition of the building. The commission gave the owner 30 days to demolish the building and clean up the property. Follow up, the owner is almost completed with the demolition and cleanup of the property, as you can see in contrast to the 2 pictures. This is 612 South Seaman. Staff recommended full demolition of the building. Commission gave the owner 30 days to demolish the building. Follow up, the owner has completed demolition and cleanup.
Great.
Staff recommends, or this is 206 East Burkett. Staff recommends repair and bring the building up to minimum standards. Commission gave the owner 90 days to bring the building up to minimum standards. Follow up, it doesn't appear the owner has done much to the building. The owner still has 30 days to show improvement. 203 South Conley. Staff recommends repair and bring building up to minimum standards. The commission took no action on this building. There was some question about, was it actually in violation? So the commission took no action. Follow up, the owner has repaired the north wall that was in question when it was presented to the commission. 507 South Conley. Staff recommends repair of the building and bring up to minimum standards. Commission gave the owner 90 days to repair the building and up to minimum standards. Follow up, the owner passed away several years ago. It appears the owner's heirs have done some repairs to the building and are maintaining the property as well. 301 East Wilson. Staff recommends full demolition of the building and clean up the property. The commission gave the owners 30 days to demolish the building and clean up the property. Follow up, the city cleaned up the property. The city staff is still working with the city attorney, appraisal district, county clerk, and First Financial Bank to make sure all bases are covered before we move with any further to satisfy the commission's orders. 408 East Olive Street. Staff recommends full demolition of the building. The commission gave the owner 60 days to demolish the building and clean the property. Follow up, the owners are arguing over what to do with the property. The primary owner is going to let the property go for taxes. The owners still have 30 days to decide on how to proceed. 311 and 313 East Patterson. Staff recommends secure and repair both buildings. The commission gave the owners 90 days to repair and secure 2 buildings. Follow up, the owners have been doing some repairs and are maintaining the property. 309 East Patterson. Staff recommends secure and repair the building. The commission gave the owner 60 days to repair and secure the building. Follow up, the owner has secured the building and in the process of repairing and renovating it as well. 709 North Seaman. Staff recommends full demolition of the structure. Commission gave the owner 30 days to demolish the building. The owner has been deceased since 2023. Follow-up, all attempts to contact the owner's wife and kids have been unsuccessful, therefore nothing has been done to the building to date.
Can you go back to that one for a second, please? What would be our next steps if we cannot reach anybody and nothing's done on the property?
If we're unable to, then the city would take over at that point and fulfill the order and place a lien.
You can go to the next one. Up back. 612 South Seaman. Staff recommends full demolition of the structure. The commission has given the owner 30 days to demolish the building. Follow-up. This is the same owner as the previous slide. Huey Turner owned.
It's North Seaman.
Huh?
So it's North Seaman, it's not South Seaman.
South Seaman.
No.
Oh, South. Sorry. South Albrine. That's South North Seaman.
Okay.
That's South Albrine. That's my mistake. But Huey Turner owns both those two structures, the last two that we saw. He passed away in 2022, 2023. I've sent several letters, certified and uncertified, to his family. She still lives supposedly at the residence where he lived when he was alive. And I was able to find several phone numbers listing her and her kids. I've made several phone calls, and some of them go to voicemail, some of them are not in service. I've left messages, and they haven't reached back out to me to talk about it.
Is this the property that's in the swamp?
Yes.
And we're confirmed that's not a leak, that is a swamp?
That's groundwater.
It's in the water.
I just
in the
thought about
floodway.
it.
Yeah, and that's why the grass looks the way it does so much of the time. People volunteer, or they call us to volunteer to mow that, and they walk out there and they see all the swampland, and they go, "Nah, that's gonna tear up our stuff."
So it's a house fire.
He's deceased, what are we gonna do with that property? What are we gonna do with that property? He's deceased and nobody's doing anything. It's unsafe, we've declared it a dangerous property, so what are we doing?
The city will take action further when we're able to, which won't be long.
Well, do we have a timeline?
I don't, but I can provide you one.
Well, I think we need to have a timeline and know what we're giving them 30, 60, 90 days and what our follow-up is.
So I will tell you that our focus was on 301 East Wilson because that was the hottest and heaviest. And so we've got that one taken care of. Brent is going to not provide any new cases in the following months because we're going to make sure that all these are taken care of. So in the next few months, these will be taken care of.
Done great. That's great. There's a lot of comment from the public about this.
So on the demolition, we're waiting on contractors.
We will.
Will that be financial burden rest on the city for that project?
In the initial part of it, yes. But what we'll do is we'll put a lien on the property, and if somebody ever comes in to buy it, then they'll have to satisfy the lien first.
Gotcha. I just want to make sure there's enough. There's enough,
Commissioner, that
and that'll come to us
that
for
specific
discussion.
property is going to court because there was a contract on that property, and the person that had a signed contract, the owners pulled it back, so that one's going to court.
Gotcha.
And anything that the city does will be included in that court cost.
Good.
Chief Pitts.
So the commission will know that I've asked Brent to, he is going to continue to work the properties that we're already working for the next few months, but we are in the middle of grass growing season and all those kind of things, and everybody's got vacations, so for the next 2 months, he is going to be also working high grass situations and things like that around the city, because that's going to be our priority for the next 2 months. And then we'll pick back up with new properties in the fall.
I would like to commend you on the work you're doing. I think you've
Amen.
really done a lot of good work.
Brent really has stepped up and done a fantastic job. He's an old trooper that's never dealt with code enforcement, and unfortunately his boss is not either. But we're muddling our way through it, and we think we've got everything going in the right direction. We're really proud of it. But thank you.
Sir, your police report.
Police report. All right, for the month of May, police department answered 280 calls for service, 14 arrests were made, 50 case reports were turned in, 42 agency assists were done, 1,052 business checks were done, 6 traffic crashes were worked, 6 domestic disturbances, 16 cases were filed with the district attorney's office, 0 juveniles, and we did 7 open records. We're not as good at getting those open records done as our admin is, and she's out right now having a baby. So, but we are getting them done as quick as possible. On the traffic side of things, we wrote 134 citations, 319 warnings were issued for a total of 453 traffic contacts. On the animal control side of things, she answered 75 calls for service. That's down quite a bit because she is filling in and working the front quite a bit for us as an admin right now. She wrote 2 citations. We had 19 warnings, 6 impounds, 1 adoption, 3 animals were quarantined. We arrested 3 DWI arrests, 4 felony arrests were made, 4 narcotics arrests, and 3 others.
Good, thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 13, Fire Chief, report please.
Good evening. May was a pretty busy month for the fire department. We answered 71 calls. We had 1 building fire, 1 trash, rubbish fire, 5 grass fires. We're coming into that season, so hopefully we don't start picking up on the wildfires. We had 32 medical assists, 12 EMS calls, 1 motor vehicle accident with injuries, 7 with no injuries, 3 hazardous condition, 3 lockouts, 4 public service, 1 dispatch and cancel en route, 1 false call, and then just as some notes at the bottom, the fire department presented their annual scholarship to Eastland High School student Vanessa Herrera Rojas. I know that really helps those students in being able to continue their education. We were awarded the grant from LCRA for a replacement of a facility generator. That project has been completed. We conducted a station tour for about 80 Seabrook Elementary students. We participated in the annual Run for the Wall event. Our old Tanker 6 was sold and delivered to Moreland, Iowa. We hosted an Eastland County Fire Chiefs meeting. Participated in the end of school bash at the Rips Pizza. And Sparky attended and did very well. Participated in the Centennial Park celebration and 5K race.
Thank you.
So the revenue on Tanker 6, I thought was 70,000.
Yes, sir.
That include broker fee?
No, that's minus broker.
So what was our intake? What's that?
63,000.
63. And so where is that funding going?
It's in the general fund. It was deposited in the general fund, and that offsets the 89,000 that we had our part.
So and we financed that, right?
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
Just kind of wondering, with that revenue, if we would offset that finance cost for that rig.
It will. That was the intent. Gov Kappa said that we cannot make that payment until our payment is due.
Gotcha. All right. Yep. Just curious about that.
They procured the transport company.
They took
put it on a flatbed.
So I have a concern about fire inspections. I'm getting a lot of feedback from the community on fire inspections. Are you currently enrolled or for certification for fire inspection?
Yes, sir. I'm currently enrolled in class.
What school are you going to?
Fire in Texas.
In what?
Fire in Texas.
So did you just start that?
Yes, sir.
Because you were enrolled in Cisco, correct?
Well, Cisco, I was going to enroll in Cisco, but they had an issue with TCFP, and they put a halt on their program.
Yeah. So they shut down their training facility. Yeah. So I was just worried that you were having to start over.
Oh.
For the time delay, because we have businesses in town that need fire inspections. Some of them are required by state. And that's a service we're not providing right now.
We are providing it.
Yeah, well, I know, but it was with a little struggle, right?
Walter is, if there's a struggle, then is there a struggle that I'm
Not that I'm aware
aware
of.
of?
He's been keeping in contact with me, every one that he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so do you quality control those inspections?
Some of them that
Because I'm getting complaints that we're not getting fire inspections done. I'm one of them. A fire inspection was performed and the fire inspector never entered the facility.
When was that?
Well, now, I'm bringing it to your attention. We do have an issue with fire inspections in the city. I've had other businesses come to me and said the fire inspector showed up and a paper whipped and left. They're not getting a true.
Can you let me know what business is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, I sure will.
And then did you request yours already?
No, it was a certificate of occupancy.
Okay.
So, no, I just want to bring it to you, Commander.
I
Sorry,
appreciate that.
we got fire inspections and like I said, some businesses, daycares are required by state. And I know there was a daycare that was nearly 30 days over. I think she visited with you.
She called me,
Yeah.
but as soon as it was brought to my attention, Chief Brotman contacted
Yeah.
Chief Fairbanks. Fairbanks came out and conducted that, and
So
thought
I
it was
appreciate
resolved.
y'all doing that because the citizen was unable to get that done. It started a long time ago. So I just kind of curious about our inspection program.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that I am actively trying to become certified so that I can ensure that those are done regularly.
Right.
Making sure
And that's good. I just was I thought you had been enrolled for a while, and I was concerned you were having to start over because that training facility was shut down for non-compliance.
Yeah. How long does it take to get that certification?
So it's a self-paced thing. So typically it's a 156-hour course. So it's really kind of how fast you can get it done. But to be successful, it takes anywhere from 3 to 4 months.
And we have a goal date. Sean and I set a goal date, so hopefully we're able to complete that. If not, we'll reevaluate.
And I've been contacted by the state fire marshal about another property that he's doing in August.
Yeah. So also another concern I have is the volunteer roster. Are you concerned about that yourself?
I am, and we just interviewed 2 folks, and we're hopefully going to put 2 more on. And we're actively recruiting.
Yeah, I've seen your flyers, and that's great. It's just alarming to me, being familiar with the roster and the personnel, that I'm concerned that we cannot suppress structure fires in meeting a 2 in 2 out with. Do you have that concern also?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think, if you look out there in some of the publications, this is a nationwide issue. And it's not locally, but there is a concern there for volunteerism, and we need our volunteers to be able to provide that service.
Yeah, it is a nationwide. It's been affecting the fire service for a long time, but it has really hit here significantly. So I just we wanted to see if that was a concern of yours, so that I hope that it's at your attention and addressing it. Who is when I asked for the roster, you have a bunch of stars on one, number 9. Who is that? Is that something? On number 9, you just have ... Is that a member, or is that just?
It might just be a typo.
Okay.
I print out those rosters.
Yeah.
And for some reason the lines don't print right, and I think I just used that as spacer and forgot to white it out. But it's just there to make the lines look pretty, because it makes them all weird drawn just when I'm in them.
Okay.
That's
Good.
Chief Brotman, I'm glad to hear that, Commissioner Williamson's concerns are something that you're already aware of and working towards. So I like to see the proactive aspect of that. And I'd also like to say that, hearing that you have mutual aid from other departments supporting some of the efforts while you get certified and do some of the other things, as well as supporting us if we're having a slight shortage of volunteers. I think that's part of the cooperation that you've built and has been built with the surrounding community. So thank you.
Yes, sir.
So, talking about your volunteer issues, finding people to help work with fire department. So I represent the Alliance Gazette, which a lot of people in here follow. And what I would like to offer you, because I've seen you sharing posts on Facebook, trying to get people to volunteer. We've had a lot of success pushing people to volunteer. And if you'd like, we could come up to the fire department and do an interview with you and write a good article on it and help you get those numbers up.
Absolutely, I'm willing to do anything to get our numbers back up where they need to be.
Yes, sir.
And it's just a matter of, we've done a career day at the high school, trying to do some recruiting. We're doing everything we can to help, we're out there in the community, we're talking to folks. And I think it's kind of a dying art these days. People
really is.
Being involved in their community.
A lot of times people just don't understand the need, they don't know the need. But once we write an article on it, I think you'll get plenty of people following you.
Well, I appreciate
it,
that.
sir.
One other
Thank you,
thing.
Darren.
Congratulations on this getting to apply for the SAFER grant. How about that? How many are you putting in for?
3.
3. Is it still 100% match on 36 months?
It's actually changed it to 75
Yeah.
for all 3.
For 36
it
months?
used to be an incremental.
Yeah.
But now it's 75.
Good. Well, congratulations on getting to apply for that. That's a good movement forward for the fire department if that comes through. Thank you,
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief.
Thanks, Chief.
Moving forward, item number 14, in accordance to Texas Government Code 551.074, personal matters, we will go to executive session at 8:24.
Mayor, if I may, I request to have this evaluation in open session, please.
You need to go ahead and read what it's saying right here. Yeah, I mean, just read it.
Yeah, you can just go ahead and
read
read
it.
it, but I just request to have an open session.
This one here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In accordance to Texas Government Code 551.074, personnel matters. Number 1, executive session in accordance with local government code 551.074, personal matters. Discussion matters relating to an employee's performance, including evaluations and disciplinary actions for the city manager. Okay. Sorry. I forgot.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
Okay.
May I clear the air on one thing about this? With all the things that have gone on, for whatever reason, I'm assuming it's a budgetary thing, but we've done the city manager evaluation in June for as long as I know. And so people have asked, I was asked today, why are y'all doing that, this quick after the election? I'm assuming it was done for budgetary reasons, for whatever you decide to do. If you give a bonus, pay raise, whatever you do, they can get it in the budget.
Yes.
Well, everybody knows this has been done.
Has nothing to do with rumors or anything like that. It's a regular deal.
And I did not go through, I went through this and looked over it, I didn't fill it out. And the reason being is, it seems like it's kind of a generic form that's just been used in other places maybe, and there's so many of these things that we really are not aware of, like her relationship with the staff and.
So this is the same form that's been used for the previous city managers, and I think Roma just used the same one.
I didn't fill it out.
Might be worth coming up with a new form, if you have some questions.
Just a simple, a little more simple and.
That's fine.
Fewer questions and.
There was no, direction given last year either, which was
Right.
the same one, so that's what Roma put in the packet.
Sure. I think maybe we need to look at revising it, so
Yes,
it's not quite
we can
so
absolutely do that.
complicated.
Okay.
Roma, can you write that on the list?
Sure.
Thank you.
Good. In accordance to the Texas Government Code 551.074, personal matters, we'll convene to executive session now at 8:26.
Mayor, I request to have an open session, not to go back to executive session.
Not to go back?
Correct,
into it?
just right here.
That is allowed.
Yeah.
Sure.
With the
Uh-huh.
Texas government code.
When it's under personnel issues, the person can
The feelings of the board?
request to be done in open session.
It's a,
Yeah.
it's her right,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay. I'm like Shirley, this is pretty generic. There's a lot of the questions on here that I couldn't frankly answer. But we can attempt to go through that. So,
Does anybody want to lead as far as where, I mean, in general, I guess what I would say is, are there any complaints, or are we overall satisfied, or is there anything in particular you want to address? Since we are in public, open meeting, I don't think we need to go through each one. What do you think?
I don't need to go through each one. I think it's really to get our brains focused on what we want to talk
Yeah,
about. I think if you've got any
exactly.
issues that you don't know about. I know being a commissioner and not being mayor, you don't get to work with the city manager as much as the mayor does. And I can tell you, in dealing with her since she's been here, watching her work in Ranger before she came here, Savannah's done an outstanding job. She came into Eastland and inherited a couple of big projects, and people get pretty impatient. And I'm pretty impatient too about some of this, but the water development grant we were just talking about, and those things that are on there started back in 2018, and we've been dealing with these for 8 years before COVID. The water line project, all of that she's inherited and has kept those all moving forward, and had to deal with all that, plus learning a new job and taking on that part of the job. She's done a masterful job. I've made a list of things that I can think about. It'll curl your hair a little bit. Applied for a comprehensive, both grants were in place. She's applied for a comprehensive plan grant and was recently awarded. That'll go back to, remember the discussion we had 6 months or so ago about doing a master park plan. We talked about doing pickleball courts and getting the money, holding off on that to get money. We can do a lot of other stuff. That's a $750,000 grant. If we can get that, one of the things you'll notice as I go through this, Savannah and the staff have done a tremendous job of getting us grant money. You heard tonight what she's going after, a $10 million grant to repair our water tanks and continue to get, and that's what all that's been about. With Ron Duncan started that grant back to get the water lines and getting the GLO grant and stuff started. But the new fire truck, she's hired a new fire chief, applied for the downtown revitalization grant. We've seen that. Received a grant from the West Texas Council of Governments for a week-long cleanup. We knew about that and got people to volunteer to give us something to haul off tires. I thought tires are always a problem. Implemented weekly updates to the commissioner. That's one of the things, trying to help everybody have knowledge of what's going on, because there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes that we don't see on the everyday basis. You've already heard the Lions Club compliment what she's done. She's helped the Lions Club get a LCRA grant for the playground equipment at the park. We started the youth advisory board, hired a new finance director, updates to the fire department building. There was a mess there from created years ago that we didn't pay attention to till walls were pulled out, and found out that the exhaust from the fire trucks were getting up in our air conditioning system, and that was a mess to get cleaned up, and that was cleaned up, and just another part of it. We moved code enforcement and the water monitoring both to the police department. She wanted to do that. It was a good idea, because who enforces those things? And you've seen the job that we've done is, even the water, if we get into water restrictions and somebody's got to be dealt with that's not abiding by water restrictions, who gets to go do that? The police department ended up going to pull that ticket and making that happen. This is one that will blow your mind. Somewhere along the way, she decided to look at AT&T phone bills and discovered we had a bill. And I went and looked at some of these properties, trying to help her find out where the addresses were with the people that I knew at the phone company could tell us what some of this was. We had a bill for $3,500. Monthly bill for $3,500 that she's uncovered. And what's happening in AT&T's world is they don't want to do copper service anymore. You've probably all seen that and know they're trying to go, well, listen, if you want to pay $3,500 for that copper line, they'll take your money. They'll do it. If she's gotten rid of all those, she's found a better way. I totaled up those bills and it comes up to a little over $70,000 annually in bills that we're probably going to save cleaning up, finding old, all the pump stations had circuits and things, how they were done over the years. She'd handled employee and HR issues with grace and dignity. One of the things that's fun that you'll find, and you've probably heard some of this, is you go out in the public and people dealing with the city, how quickly things get handled, how she handles that and takes care of business and gets people happy pretty quick. I enjoyed when we were doing the work with the Politos and Whataburger and those things. The staff, we've always wanted to be easy to work with. That's why we keep our fees down to a minimum and all of that. When Politos was here and asking questions, well, we need to do this and this and this. Well, it was immediate. She got Tony in there and she said, Tony, we need this, this, and this, and fixed Politos right there on the spot. Mr. Petroff is doing business in Eastland. He's here because Eastland is so easy to work with and getting things done and moving things forward. And all of that attributed to the city manager and the attitude that we have. I think she's done a tremendous job, and I know I told her I almost gave her a perfect mark, except for we still got grass on the sidewalk. So she's working on getting those people, I'm assuming that's still moving forward, getting 2 people certified to handle the chemicals. We worked under Gordon Woolen's license for years when we needed mosquito spray and that kind of stuff, and we've lost that. So we're having to get our own people trained, and she's got, I think, 2 people set up to do that. So hopefully we'll eventually see that and start killing the grass instead of just weed eating and going back next month and doing it again. Start killing that grass. But hats off to you for what you've done, and if you've got a complaint, I'd love to hear it because she has done a tremendous job.
Well, we came in with a beautification program request, and I think you did a good job of trying to get the work crews out, cleaning up the sidewalks and the weeds in the streets. My only concern is, are we going to be able to continue that and maintain?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I've noticed up and down, like Seaman, I mean, we've had a lot of rain lately, so naturally it's going to not always look great, but do you have someone that's working to maintain?
Yes. Yes.
Good.
As fast as we can keep up with everything else, but yes.
And I think we also heard from code enforcement that one of their focus over the next month, 2 months, is going to be looking at some of the grass issues and growth and everything that we're experiencing right now, which I would imagine would feed back to you.
It's not a complaint either. It's just I'd like to see maybe a little bit of improvement on transparency with.
I haven't done it right in 13 years. You'll know what that's about in just a minute.
I would like to see just a little bit more transparency on, and it's not just you, it's the commission in general, letting the public know what we're actually discussing on these agenda items. Because sometimes we know what you're talking about, but the public may not be aware of what is this GLO thing that you've got going and what is,
Right.
I just think we need more transparency out there.
So do you think that maybe just taking a minute in a meeting to explain that before the vote happens?
Yeah, I think if we would just take each agenda item and if there's a need, some of them are real simple and there's not a need, but if there's something that's gonna require like a grant that we're trying to get for something, I mean, I think you need to let the public maybe know a little bit more about it, but nothing major, just a little bit more transparency.
Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering, Larry has heaped so much praise on you. Do you have anything else to add?
Y'all are reviewing me.
Well, Larry did leap a bunch on, and honestly took a lot of the wind out of my sails of what I was going to say here. Again, to Shirley's point, you really embraced the beautification and rallied the team, especially when the reunion was in town. I thank Michael and Shirley for bringing that up and the concern about making it look good for everybody coming back for that. And you rallied a team to make all that happen. It seems like you've put things in place. to continue that effort. You know, Larry touched on the grants, and I know there's a special focus on some of those grants on what it does to both beautify our community, but also for the long-term stability of our community with the water lines and things of that nature. We touched base on the fire department. Earlier, we heard a lot about the city park and the city pool, and you've been instrumental working with both the Lions Club and Doug to really make that something special for everybody to enjoy. So I thank you for that. You know, over the past year, you've encountered and endured and gracefully dealt with team changes. You know, we lost you because you retired, and it was a wonderful thing for you to be able to do, and you did so with grace, and we thank you. And then bringing Lindsay in and getting her up to speed and making some changes to some of the things that we've requested as far as how the financials were prepared. Code enforcement was another one, and now you get to go through it again with replacing Tony and all the efforts that he's done for our community. So again,
And if, in the future, if there's any, the day-to-day operations are entirely up to you. We make the policies and
Yes, ma'am.
all of that. But if there's ever a major problem going on in a department, I would like for the commission to be made aware of something in the works so that we don't hear it from the public or
Right,
somebody in the, where rumors get started, you know?
Yes. So, and I think that part of that was with the weekly commission updates and including that if there's ever issues. That's kind of where that came about.
Departmental issues.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
There were times when something happened that we needed to know with the commission. I would tell her, and she sent out that message, as I told y'all before, I don't communicate that way, but we ended up in a walking forum if we're not careful. And that's why you see a lot of those that come from her, and that's why that needs to happen. And she talked to the mayor and tells him, he said, yeah, everybody needs to know that it's broken or something's happened or, you know, whatever. So,
yeah.
Since
Any
y'all
other
are doing
comments?
this in open session, can I make a comment or say something?
Yes, the public has the right to speak.
Shirley said that one of the things on there was, I think, how she interacts with staff or something like that. I think I can speak to that if you would like.
Yeah, we
Because-
don't hear anything, because they're not allowed to contact commissioners to complain, so
You
we're
know,
allowed what?
the individual employees are not allowed to contact the commissioners to complain. That's what I was told many years ago.
well,
When you were working here, huh?
What did you say? Where?
This
So that's when she was working here.
Anyway, I've been through quite a few commissioners, and they've been pretty much excellent managers. They do their thing in their office and they manage the things that the city manager manages. And we've been fortunate enough in City Hall to have a pretty stable staff that has known what they're doing. And so many managers manage and do the things, but they don't have a real idea of exactly what each position does every day. And I have to say that with Savannah having her experience at Ranger, starting at the bottom and moving up, she has an excellent grasp of what different job positions consist of and what it requires, and she has suggestions on a better way to do it maybe than we have all. I mean, I was here forever, so I was doing things one way, and that doesn't mean that's the best way, that's just how it was done. And she is innovative in finding ways to do something different, like maybe changing up the financial reports. And I don't think he's not here, so I'll talk about him a little bit. Like the Public Works, Bobby. I have seen Bobby in Savannah's office talking to her about issues more than I've seen him in any other city manager's office. Because
City manager's office.
he can go to her and ask her questions and discuss with her, and she interacts with him, and she has the knowledge to help him or suggest things to him. And like I say, he just seemed hesitant before to go to some of the other city managers. And I have seen a big improvement in communication with the Public Works Director with Savannah being in the office. And that's going to be something that's going to come up when Bobby retires. That's another position that's going to be filled, have to be filled. And I just want to say that as far as working with the staff, she has a great understanding of what we do. And if she doesn't, she'll ask you. And she'll ask you, why do you do it this way? Because she does seek deeper knowledge of what the staff people do. Because I think she feels like it makes her a better city manager.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's my thing about the staff.
So if there's an opportunity to make public opinion, I have called Savannah's office no less than 6 to 12 times regarding the street condition at the corner of Valley and Madeira, which you could park a bus in the potholes over there. She has never once returned my phone call. I cornered her out in the hallway one day because I finally was like, I'm not leaving until I get her out here. There was absolutely zero response. Oh, I'll call you back about the street. I'll call you back. I'll do this. Voicemail, voicemail, voicemail. I leave messages with Michelle repeatedly to no response. That new voicemail system that y'all have answers the phone of the black hole of welcome to the city of Eastland in the black hole, because that's where you're heading, straight face first into the black hole. And I assure you, I am not the only person. And by the way, my name is Lisa Benson for the public record.
A long time ago, yeah.
Yes, I've been here for 5 years. We also want to talk about the praises of how fantastic code enforcement is and how this, and all the back padding and all the pleasures of everything to be ever said. I had an issue with the water department where they literally did some repair across the street or somewhere immediately nearby and filled my entire water line full of dirt, which cost me $1,000 to fix it. Savannah's response was, we were not doing any repairs, even though my resident, who actually owns the home under owner financing, looked at.
May I interrupt for just a
Sure,
second?
absolutely.
This portion that we're involved in is just on her review.
Yeah, I can appreciate that, but it's open to common public, so I gave you my 2.5 minutes of don't answer the phone, don't respond, don't complete any transactions, and basically called me a liar.
Okay.
Through a response. So there's my public.
Sure. And we appreciate your comments.
And I appreciate all the back padding and all the butt powdering that's been going on, and so, thank you.
Thank you.
Because I can't be the only person.
Okay. Any other comments?
My review was not as glaring as y'all's. My brief time as a commissioner, yet I do bring some experience to the table. But I do find areas, and my evaluation probably leans more how Savannah and I work together, the communications, and the partnership and the information sharing between her and Larry, I can assure you, is different from she and I. And so I graded that accordingly. But what I did add is that I think that, I have concerns that we discussed in building the fire and emergency services. And I would also see us like to focus on projects, for example, the painting of the parking spaces on the square in different areas around town, focusing more of the more user-friendly stuff. And then I've heard a lot of feedback that mimics what I just heard there, of people having a hard time getting a return call, different struggles and challenges that people have had working with Savannah through the city and projects of some of the cleanups and different things. I don't really want to go into names and specifics, but and that's just the stuff that comes to me. I did add that I feel that I have confidence this evaluation will improve significantly with time. This employee must focus on working for the city as a whole, including all commissioners and citizens. And that's what I look forward to, and hopefully we can build a better team type relationship amongst all of us including all of us, to work for all of them.
Thank you.
So can I just ask a few questions, Commissioner? Concerns with emergency services. I just want to make sure that I'm addressing your concerns so that I can improve.
Mhm.
Can I have a copy of that?
Sure.
Okay. Or can you leave it with me?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we were turning them in.
I like to keep them. I don't know if anybody else filled it
I
out, but
didn't fill them out, so.
it's okay. I've noted everything.
I
But if
completed
it's
mine.
okay, I would like to have it, please.
Well, I've got a couple of questions for Joe. In the town hall, you made a couple of comments that I'd be curious if you would elaborate on. One of them is you, in your town hall, talking about communication, you went to her office, was there 12 minutes and left.
Mm-hmm.
What happened?
What happened?
Yeah, why did you leave in 12 minutes? What happened?
Well, we were unable to communicate. Every question I asked was answered with a question, as if we were playing little courts and attorney on the stand. So my last question was, I said, "Will you do me a favor? I'm going to ask one question, and answer this question to the best of your ability without asking me a question." And she said, "Do you mean I can't ask you any questions?" I just said that was.
Well, isn't that what communication is? I'm a little bit lost about
well,
that.
let's talk. Well, I understand, and there's a difference between asking questions and playing the cynical runaround games, and that's the way I interpreted it. And I ended the meeting because we were not moving forward.
But you ended the meeting, not
Oh, I ended the meeting, yes, sir.
because you couldn't get what you wanted.
Because we had the inability, we were stagnated with questions.
Again, I'm going to we need to refocus this on,
Well, but it is
Savannah's
about Savannah, because he makes in that
evaluation.
town hall that Savannah did this, and I think it's only fair to Savannah that we get clear what happened, because if she's doing something we need to know about, or not treating somebody, I don't think we need to know about that. It's by the same thing. He also said in that town hall that nobody should be treated the way he was treated. And I don't know what he means by that. And I would like to know how the city manager may have treated him or what happened, because he's going to go to town, have a town hall and make these comments. He needs to be able to substantiate what happened and what's going on.
I'll be happy to, but I'm not going to here. This is not the platform.
What platform? We're here to talk about her review. What's the platform?
So we're not
Are
here
we
to talk
entitled
about-
to those answers?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I'll come back to what Larry just said. I was at that town hall meeting.
Yeah.
You were asking us several questions, and all you did was answer them with questions or runaround. You didn't answer them at all.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
I don't recall that.
Oh, you don't, remember the man back in the corner?
order. We're not going to we're not doing an attack on any of the commissioners here. We're talking about a job evaluation. That's it.
Well, we are.
That's
Commissioners don't need to attack the city manager. That's my point.
I don't think their city manager was attacked. He was asked for an evaluation.
What everybody needs to understand, first of all, this is not personal. You make this personal. If you've ever heard the phrase a hostile work environment, we have created a hostile work environment. I said earlier, when you go to the city attorney without going through your city manager, you're creating a hostile work environment.
Let me explain that, since you want to bring that back up again. I have been going around the city talking to the hospital. I've been talking to lots of different people in the city, just merely trying to get a feel for what they're needing and what my role is with them. That's all that happened, Larry. I went to the
I'm talking about city attorney. I'm not talking about the rest of town.
Well, that was just one person that I talked to. I've got a plan of talking to another 5 or 10 people.
Every person I talk to.
Why try to inhibit me on me networking the city, talking to the leaders of the city to see what we can do better?
You're not including her. That's the point. That
I
creates
don't think I have to
work
include her.
And that creates a hostile work environment.
It's a personal interview with different people to see what we need to do.
Okay.
Similar to what Shirley and I tried to do, is put out a ballot asking the people of this city what our 4 topics we needed to focus on. Never happened.
Okay.
Mayor.
All I'm saying to you, we've created a hostile work environment. Joe goes in his town hall.
That's been
nobody
happening for a while.
to say. And while he tries to justify that in his deal, we've now had police department, fire department, city staff have all talked about And there's been conversations that were overheard that they're now worried about their job because he's walking around town saying nobody's job is safe. And I know that's not his intent of what he said, but that's creating a hostile work environment.
Michael, if I may make a point of order.
I listened to it online and I heard it and I first thought, oh dear, everybody's gonna say, you know, am I safe? But then I got thinking, I thought, that's not what he meant. I mean, he's been in supervisory positions for years, and so his thoughts were, you do your job. I mean, that's just day to day. Anybody, he wasn't saying
Michael.
nobody's safe. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
That's what they heard. That's what they heard.
Yeah,
I know.
Michael,
that's when I first heard it. I thought, oh no, everybody's gonna take it that way. But
Michael, I'd like to make a point of order. And we've had discussions about the attorney thing. We've had discussions about all these things. I want to bring it back to Savannah's review. In regards to your statements, Joe, I think Larry asked for clarification because he wanted to know how that was going to impact Savannah's review. If it's something that's going to impact it negatively, she does have a right for clarity on what that was. If we're clear moving forward, based on your closing statement, that you look forward to building that relationship and seeing this develop and improve, are you okay moving forward with that?
That's it. That is absolutely.
So I'd like to bring this back around so that we can get back on track here.
So, and if I can just say, on the comprehensive plan that it's a 20-year comprehensive plan grant that the city applied for, and then the 2 week ago email update, we were awarded that. And so that in that process will be a 24 to 30 month long process where the public is invited to give their feedback on their priorities that they want the commission to seek. And that was where on the beautification, that is where we paused that. Same with the downtown and all the trees. We paused that because we want a plan going forward where everybody in the public has the opportunity to speak. So that's kind of, it's not done, it's still there. I just want to say that.
Good. And that's all we were trying to do. At one time, I don't know, we've come up with 4 or 5 pages talking about beautification because as I remember, the class reunion was coming in town.
Yes, sir.
And our focus then was, let's make it look as pretty as it ever was. And that's what we embarked on.
I had a couple of citizens call me asking me, what are we gonna do about the cleanup of this?
And I think that's our goal, is to keep Eastland beautiful.
Absolutely.
We gotta get it there.
We're on the right track.
We're working towards it.
It's one bite.
We're working on it.
You ready for a motion?
Yes.
I don't know legally if you need to take us back out of executive session or if we're in executive session, because you kind of headed into that, and I don't know if that means we didn't.
He does need to read agenda item 2. This is where you allow the action. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, on item 2, need to read that.
Yes.
Okay, and item 2, discussion and consideration of action resulting in the executive session.
I would like to, in the past, we've given up as high as a $15,000 additional salary, not a bonus. That's the note that over the past, but I've always called it a bonus because that's what it sounds like. But what I would like to do, what I would like to make a motion is to give Savannah a $9,000 pay raise that goes straight into her salary pay raise and get her pay up to where somebody doesn't try to come steal her away from us, and get her up into pay raises or up in the level of other administrative positions in this town. She's done a tremendous job, and I think she saved us more than that $9,000. Now they can be well worth the money to invest that in her. That's my motion.
Well, I think in the savings alone of the phone bill, more than warrants that. So I'll second your motion of a $9,000 pay raise.
Before we go to vote, my only thing is, and I hate to even bring this up in public, but when she was hired, the commissioners were not told or aware of what she was actually starting at, her starting salary.
Well, her salary.
And so we never did know what your starting salary was.
85.
And so are you getting, does she get the same like 3% raise across the board as the employees at the end of the year?
The cost of living, yes.
So you've gotten that.
I'm at 89. I'm at
89. And so you're wanting to add an additional.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, because we're getting the
Okay,
cost
I
of
just
living.
want to get to that point because I was
That's
not
a good
aware
point.
of what her salary was.
I understand, we talked about that before, and I apologize, and that's fine. It's the separation thing, I think are paying our people pretty fair, and we keep paying them, they've all done a great job, and as far as I'm concerned, all their jobs are safe, but she needs some separation. She
Sure.
needs to get her pay up and more than just what we call a cost of living increase, and
Right.
get that, that'd be mine, that's why I'm making that motion. I'll
Is
second that.
Is there a second?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I
I'll
second
that. Okay, comments and discussions? Any other? Okay, let's have a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
3. All against?
Aye.
1. Motion passed for the 9% increase in pay.
9,000.
9,000, yeah.
9,000.
Yeah, 9,000.
Great.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Let's think about a discussion
Good
on
job.
I already did.
No, on adjournment.
Oh, yes.
You got a motion and a second.
I got a motion second. Any comments or discussion?
Motion and who seconded?
Aye.
Tom,
I made a
Shirley.
motion.
Tom, Shirley.
Yeah.
Against?